video on Instagram that identified the agent, adding the words, "Catch him when he's alone." A second man is accused of posting a comment under the picture of the officer's wife saying, "Anybody want to test the sights on their new AR?" The U.S. attorney calls these threats illegal and disgusting. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
New this hour, MARTA police investigating after a body is found in a vehicle at the Brookhaven MARTA station. A police spokesperson says detectives are still on scene and it's too soon to say if foul play is suspected. We're working to learn the person's identity and how they died. A detention officer is in the hospital after the latest violence at the troubled Fulton County Jail. The sheriff's office says the jailer was stabbed by an inmate using a shank. The officer is expected to make a full recovery. The inmate is facing charges. Hands off our kids. Operation Hook leads to the arrest of 11 people on charges related to human trafficking and child sexual exploitation in North Georgia. The GBI's Brian Johnston says this is a major problem in the state.
In Georgia, this year so far, we have received 38,000 cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Multiple agencies, including the Bartow and Forsyth County Sheriff's Departments, are among those teaming up in Operation Hook. AI is carving out a larger role at businesses here in Atlanta.
Atlanta Federal Reserve President Raphael Bostic told an event in Nashville, Tennessee, that an increasing number of businesses in his district are using artificial intelligence to complement their current workforces. But he added that companies are jumping on opportunities to replace employees with AI.
Money reporter Jason Brooks says outplacement firm Challenger Grain Christmas reported this month 7,000 jobs were cut in September due to AI. Despite his latest health setback, University of Colorado football coach Deion Sanders vows to keep leading the Buffs. After complaining of pain following last week's game, Coach Prime says he's having surgery today.
Prayerfully, I'll be right back tomorrow because I don't miss practice. I don't plan on doing such.
Sanders has dealt with health issues related to blood clotting previously. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Not good news on the west side perimeter, Bill. Brand new travel advisory, 285 southbound, the outer loop, Hollowell Parkway, exit 12. Traffic getting by in only a left lane. You're already starting to slow back to South Cobb Drive. You can head through downtown as an alternate, but that's already packing up as well for the afternoon from the 85-400 merge getting down to I-20. In Cobb County, they're still working a crash, 285 northbound, the north or eastbound, the inner loop between Cobb Parkway and I-75. It's blocking the left lane of 285 east and the entrance ramp to the I-75 northbound express lanes. Over into Cobb County, left lane roadwork still hasn't broken down yet. Left lane blocked both ways, 285 north and southbound, the inner and outer loop right there at Glenwood Road, exit 44. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Epwards. A mix of sun and clouds through the course of this afternoon. High 82, mostly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-60s. Rain showers for the morning commute, then drying out Wednesday afternoon, high 83. Cooling down significantly on Thursday, high 68 with breezy conditions and a partly cloudy sky.
Right now, 79 in Brookhaven, 76 in Austell, 78 in Hampton. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, hour one of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher, will be back soon. We do have the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Not a sports show, but I see that the NHL starts their regular season today with a triple header.
Oh, wow. You know,
I gotta go.
How about, let's dedicate the first hour to the...
Who do we think is going to win it all?
Yeah, who's going to take it all? I mean,
who's getting the Stanley Cup?
And I'm the one you should listen to. I don't know who won it last time or the year before or the year before that. I think Nashville and Las Vegas have been good in the last 6 years. That's what I know.
Maybe a Canadian team wins it this time.
No.
Maybe, oh.
We got tariffs on all Canadian teams. If they want to come play our teams.
No puck.
100% tariffs on pucks.
Sir Stanley does not like Canadians anymore.
Well, listen, If they want to play hockey in the United States, they're going to have to play ball.
I think if you're going to open up with anything about sports, you need to open up with, and I think I want to start this show. We're going to start with a little praise for Georgia Tech, and then a little non-praise for Georgia Tech. The praise is because 100 years ago today,
Oh, this is wild.
Georgia Tech football.
This is
won,
a historical record, too.
How did I not know this? The most lopsided football score, maybe the most lopsided score in sports history, however you score things.
Yeah.
So this was...
they were playing Cumberland.
Cumberland University. Is that in... that's in Tennessee.
That's correct.
And it was 100 years ago. And they won this game, Georgia Tech, 222-0. 222-0.
Get this. When you look at the box score, they scored that many points, Eric, and they had 0 passing yards. Georgia Tech had 0 passing yards.
They didn't have the forward pass
They
yet,
didn't really
did they?
have. Well, I mean, I think it had been played around with, but it certainly wasn't.
It was a stat on there. You're like, oh, it's 0 for 0 passing, but the rushing yards were insane.
Georgia Tech scored 63 in the first quarter. I'm trying to read how this lays out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It almost seems like it would be 5 quarters. I don't quite understand.
They were running out of little blocks to put the scores.
63. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
That's what I think it's
I'm
looking at it too.
63 points in the first quarter. This is according to Yahoo Sports. No first downs the entire game. It says no first downs the entire game from each. So what? The Georgia Tech just handed it off.
Yeah.
The guy ran for a touchdown.
Every time.
And then they would 3-and-out them every time, and they would hand off and it would go for a touchdown every time.
Every time.
That's what I'm putting together here.
Yes. Cumberland had a total of 15 turnovers.
So apparently, Cumberland didn't really have much of a team. Like they were pulling some people out of the stands before the game, is what I understand.
They should do that now.
Full of fraternity brothers, law students, and random people from the stands.
That's not really a football game.
It was an official football game.
No.
And it put Southern football on the map because college football was the Northeast, and kind of California was pretty much where that was mostly, until Alabama went and won the Rose Bowl, I think, in the 1920s. So this kind of put it on the map. I love this little story from it. So this guy researched, there's a whole book about this. And a Georgia Tech's coach realized that a Cumberland player was on their sideline covering his face with a towel within the game. And so the coach went over and said he thought, well, maybe he's had a concussion. He's come to the wrong side of the field. And so he goes up. He says to the player, son, you're on the wrong side of the field. You need to be on the Cumberland bench. And the player says, yes, sir, I know that. But if I go back over there, they're going to put me back in this game.
That is great.
How is that not a publicity stunt? I can't imagine that they would run that score up like that.
Well,
I guess there's no choice. You can't just stop.
Look, it wasn't like they were all ready to get back to the hotel room to hear the latest Taylor Swift album.
That's
I mean, there wasn't a whole
true.
lot going on.
Right.
It was 1916. We didn't really. I mean, listen. If it turns, if we're right with the way this is written, basically, they just handed the ball off, and every time they handed it off, the guy ran for a touchdown. So what are they supposed to do? Just kneel the whole game? It would take forever. I mean, it sounds like they were trying to have mercy. All they did was just hand the ball off.
Yeah.
1st and 10, hand the ball off, touchdown.
It says here that their coach, John Heisman, the coach of the football team that year, was the coach of the baseball team the previous year, and the Cumberland Bulldogs had beat the baseball team 22-0 that previous year, and he wanted to avenge this.
That was the Tech coach, Heisman, who is the trophy is named after Heisman, I believe. I don't know.
It is.
Look that up, because I don't want to say that it is.
I would say that would be a safe assumption. Occam's razor.
Well, there could be another guy named Heisman.
There might be.
You'd think that you'd hear more about it. I mean, Georgia Tech doesn't really push that all that much, do they, if that's the truth?
The Heisman Trophy awarded annually is named after this astounding football coach.
From Georgia
Player
Tech.
and coach.
From Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sounded like you said yes.
Definitely him, but let me
Definitely
check.
him.
Okay. I don't want to go off on something.
I just wanted a second.
Von Hessler, you don't know what the hell you're. Shouldn't that be celebrated a little more?
It absolutely should be.
I know Bobby Dodd a lot more than, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
Bobby Dodd celebrated more.
what's the field? The field is
Grant Field.
Yeah. Where's Heisman House?
He got the trophy. He doesn't need a house.
I guess so. He's not with us anymore.
He was at Auburn as well as Clemson, so he toured around quite a bit.
Oh,
Okay.
He's a cheater. He wasn't Georgia
He
Tech
was like
loyal.
Bill Belichick.
I see.
He wound up at UNC, had a little cookie with him. And
Oh, yeah.
failed miserably.
Woo! There's a nice long article on Bill Belichick that I didn't have time to read in Wall Street Journal. I'm just going to wait for the moment. I'm going to wait for the moment where I'm like, let me just sit back and enjoy this.
Just sit
About
there.
How embarrassing, humiliating, and all of that this is.
When you wake up in the morning and you read your articles, getting ready for the show, do you sit with your iPad, coffee in hand, and chuckle while you read these kind of stories? Or
Yeah.
What's the setting
well,
like?
it's laptop.
Okay.
You want to know my morning routine? Are you asking about my morning routine?
I'm just curious.
What do you do first?
I wake up at 7:30 in the morning.
Which is
early.
nuts. That's
I
very
take a
early.
shower. If every other day after the shower, I shave. Then I get ready and I get dressed, completely dressed, except for my outer shirt. I wear a T-shirt while I'm doing my prep. And I go downstairs and I make myself either some cereal with some blueberries and granola, or I make myself some yogurt with blueberries and granola. And coffee, of course, my first cup of coffee. Then I go downstairs. I put it on a tray. I go downstairs and in my theater. And while I'm eating, I'll turn on maybe some sports YouTube stuff or whatever and watch those sports. And then I pull the laptop over and I get going.
You're like, okay,
I
let me
get
check
going.
this out.
Start erasing the stories from yesterday off my notes and start adding slowly. And the way that it works is in the first hour, I'm pretty much doing deep reading. That's when I'm into the Wall Street Journal. Even if I say to myself, Eric, because I'm on a first name basis of myself, if I say to myself, Eric, you're a current events show. You're not a political show. I don't want the show to get too political and full of too many of my stupid rants, which sometimes I cannot control, even though I don't think they're all that entertaining. So even though I will deep read the stories about what the Trump administration is doing today, blah, 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 soybeans, everything, and even though I'll probably not talk about most of that, I do want to be up to date on it. And if it does come up, I'll kind of know what the hell I'm talking about. Hour 2, a little more surface level. Entertainment, lifestyle. I don't necessarily have to read all 700 words of that article. I can just kind of pick it up, see what's going on. And if I think to myself, I got something to say about that, or I think Tim Andrews or Autumn would have a voice for that, or blah, 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 and I add that in as well. Try to be done by 10:30. I'm never done before 11:15, but always around 11:15, I'm done with that. And then I go sit down in the bathroom. I have a few more notes. And then I'll come back in and I'll watch a little bit of television. And usually my wife between 11:45 and 12:15 will bring me down my lunch/dinner.
Look at you.
What do you have for lunch today?
What did I have for lunch today?
/dinner.
/dinner? I have to remember. What the hell did I? I don't know.
What are you, my son? What'd you have for breakfast?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
never remember what I eat. I remember I had a salad and I had a dessert. I didn't really know what it was, but it was good. It was good. And golly,
Must have been very forgettable.
that's
lunch.
my brain. No, it was very good. It was very good. I will remember it, but if I sit here on the air and try to remember it, the radio gods will make sure. Just like, although I'm not always right about the radio gods or the football gods, because last night my Bills had lost on Sunday night, and I really just thought I tuned into the game a little bit Monday night, and it just looked like it was kind of a typical thing that was going to go the way it was going to go. And I hate to be a wuss about it, but I didn't want to follow the Bills' first loss with seeing, Mahomes is, Kansas City's getting it back together. Oh, it looks like, it is what it is. Reality is what reality is. But I don't have to shove my face into it, God bless them. They're a great team. He's a great quarterback. But I don't have to be constantly smacked around by this team that my team can't ever get past. So I didn't want to have that dynamic. Oh, Bills lose. Oh, here go. Kansas City's got their act back together again. And so I had a new strategy. My strategy was ignore it. Wake up assume they're going to win because the Bills lost, ignore it, wake up tomorrow and hope to find out that you were wrong. And that exactly happened. I woke up this morning.
The birds were chirping just a little bit louder.
And I don't know, one of the football gods that just loves Kansas City so much. These are the kind of games that
he was busy.
Jacksonville almost lost in exactly the way that Kansas City wins these one-score games, which is just some kind of goofy thing happens. Lineman steps on Trevor Lawrence's foot. He falls down. I mean, there's no time left, and they have no timeouts. And they've got to make this touchdown to win the game. And he falls down, gets up, stumbles back down, gets up, runs in for a touchdown. Game over. They win.
How many seconds?
I watched the highlights this morning. I'm not exactly sure.
It's like 20. I think it was like 20 seconds.
Yeah,
so they had to kick off.
They had to kick off, but I mean, they did a good job. I think they had them starting at like the 18 or 20 or something like that. And you know, Kansas City isn't quite that. They're not the 13-second game team anymore.
No,
they're not the.
They've lost pieces since then.
Yeah, so they're not. I don't think they're that dangerous from their own 20 with 20 seconds left, as they were like 4 years ago when they were. Mahomes doesn't. He does. Come on. He's a good guy. Mahomes, even being a Bills fan, Mahomes is not easy to hate the way Tom Brady was.
He's not smug like Brady was.
Yes, Tom Brady. Tom Brady had a Stephen Miller-esque part of his personality.
He wanted to round everybody up and get him out of
here? No. What I'm saying is emotionally, of course, he liked winning, but he also loved your misery when you lost.
Yes.
And so it was very difficult to appreciate Brady even when he was beating you up, just because you have an overall appreciation of football. But Mahomes is a little different. Whereas I believe that Brady would walk into an opposing stadium, eyeball a 5-year-old fan of the other team, and think to himself, "Success is that kid cries." That's what, and it's very hard to. Whereas Mahomes, I think, walks into an opposing stadium and goes, "Hey, check this out! Isn't it cool? Isn't that cool?" And like 4 times out of 10, by the end of the game, the 5-year-old has become a Chiefs fan because he loves Mahomes and what he saw. So it's a whole different kind of feel. I think Mahomes is a good, cool dude. And unfortunately, he just happens to be in the league at the same time as Josh Allen. Like, can we have worked this out to where he was born maybe a few years earlier or a few years later? Just give us, come on, just a little breathing room.
I'm starting to think Josh Allen will win a Super Bowl when he's on a different team.
Maybe. But my worry, and this is not a sports show, and nobody gives a damn about this, but my worry as a Buffalo Bills fan a couple of years ago, it looks like Bo Nix is working out in Denver. But if Bo Nix didn't work out in November, now since then, Buffalo has signed Josh, and he's going to be with them until like 2032. But at the time, we could have lost him after the 26th season. And I just had this idea in my head, which is we don't get it done. You know, Denver passed on Josh Allen. They chose 5th, and they did not have a quarterback. And I think they took Chubb, and Josh went 7th. So Denver feels a little stung by that over the years because they've had so much trouble after Peyton Manning left. So in my mind, it doesn't get done in Buffalo. Sean Payton gets through the Bo Nix experiment and says, okay, this isn't working. And then Josh Allen goes to Denver, who should have been the team he was on from the very beginning. And with Sean Payton, he wins Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So that's my fear. It's not a sports show. Don't worry, dear.
Thank you for clarifying.
Don't worry, dear listener. It's not going to go on like this.
When are they going to talk about Trump?
The host. I'll talk about Trump. You may not like it. I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene speaking up.
She mad at him?
I think she's got good reason to be mad. It's too, whether you agree with Trump or not, this administration's policies are just ad hoc. You know, and the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, and then that creates, like, for instance, I'll try to sum this up because it's pretty. So this whole soybean farmer thing is a real good example of this, and soybean farmers are very MAGA. Not each and every one of them, but I think as a group,
most farmers
they probably voted Trump. So Trump, China buys a bunch of soybeans. And they used to buy a bunch of soybeans for us. And then Trump came down with these tariffs, and as part of this, they stopped buying soybeans from our farmers. And I think that they used to buy like $13 billion, something. It was a crazy amount All right.
The majority of our soybean crop grown in the U.S. is sent out of the country.
Out of the country, 80%.
Yes.
Because we grow so much, and what we need is what we need. So now, Argentina also is a big soybean exporter. So while China has stopped buying our soybeans as because of our tariffs, as their response to our tariffs, they have started to buy more soybeans from farmers in Argentina. Well, this guy Milieu with the crazy hair in Argentina, the libertarian, well, his grand economic experiment began to fail. And out of nowhere, look this up, I think it's $20 billion.
That's correct.
$20 billion the Trump administration has given to Argentina as a bailout based on nothing other than Trump likes the president of Argentina and he doesn't want him to fail. So, if you're a soybean farmer, China stops buying your soybeans as a response to Trump's tariffs, and they start buying more soybeans from Argentina. While this is going on, Trump takes $20 billion from the American taxpayer and bails out the government in Argentina of the farmers that are selling the soybeans now to. How does this make any sense? How does this make any sense? And that's done. I'm not going to go on. I'll leave it up to you. This is my new thing. I think it ruins my show when I go off on rants. If you heard what I just said and doubt me, go look it up. And if it turns out that I'm right, I leave it in your hands as to whether that is what was voted for.
We need an ally against Venezuela.
Yeah, well, and
that's what I think.
Well, that's another thing. No, I think it's just the guy. He comes up. These people.
He just likes his hair.
It's like Tim. It's like Tim Cook. It's like the tech people. They don't really like Trump. They don't respect Trump. Most of them, in their heart of hearts, probably hate Trump, but they recognize that Trump has the leverage. So what do? You show up and you give him gifts and you tell him how great he is and how wonderful he is. This guy from Argentina does exactly that on phone calls, and then he came to the United States and said, where's the water pan? Where are the oils? I would like to wash your feet.
And watch out for the corn.
And that's how you get things done now. And again, I leave that in your hands. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is starting to speak out about a lot of stuff. I can't remember what the exact issue is but she basically said, I'm out for a while on all of this.
Government shutdown and
the government shutdown. If some things don't happen, her constituents' health care is going to go it's going to double or triple. And, just kind of saying why are we bailing out other countries? She talked about the amount of money that we've given Israel, the amount of money we've given Ukraine, and now we're bailing out Argentina. But when it comes to her constituents, well, this is a fight that's going to have to go on, this government shutdown thing. It's an ideological thing, and, we got to win the ideological war. And I don't blame Marjorie Taylor Greene or anybody else saying, why are we sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas? But if somebody in America says, I can't pay my health bills, hey, well, I guess you just didn't do it right.
Yeah, buckle down.
Buckle down.
Just in comparison to, I pulled up.
From the president who said, America first. If it was a different president who didn't say that, then maybe you'd think about it. But he expressly said, every decision I make is going to be about America first. It's not adding up.
With the Argentina deal, right? You talked about how it was $20 billion to bail out them, right?
Yeah.
Because of China's now policy on not buying our soybeans, they went from $12.6 billion they spent on our soybeans last year to zero. So again,
12. So
that's a net loss of 32.
Now, I didn't even get to the best part. The best part is now we're going to subsidize our soybean farmers.
Yeah, it all worked out.
With more of your tax money.
It all works out.
So you're looking at over $40 billion.
Yeah. And he can say it's tariff money, but that tariff money belongs to the taxpayer.
Yeah, I want my $2,000 check.
Even if you don't get it personally, if it were to, magically ameliorate some of the debt or something, it still belongs to the taxpayer.
Absolutely
Listen,
wild.
it's just nothing. You got to make sense. You've got to make sense. But you know what? I am glad that I live just so Stephen Miller, at the end of the day, can have his way with himself, looking at pictures of all the people he's made miserable. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get out. Get out.
It's not only just that. You know, we live in a country now. I saw some footage from Chicago. We got snipers on top of roofs pointing their rifles at protesters. I used to live in a great country. It was called America. I'll tell you about it sometime.
Home improvement projects can be a stressful guessing game. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus, the highest level of communication. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We'll make you comfortable and keep you informed with every step of your project.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus, siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Motorcycle riders know that a distracted driver can knock you down. It's nice to know that Steel Horse Law can pick you back up. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. In the worst possible scenario, when someone causes you to lay your bike down, Steel Horse Law will get you the best possible settlement. Their name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies because Steel Horse Law is respected and will make them pay. Visit steelhorselaw.com.
When you come home after being away, you see your home with fresh eyes. And eventually, you'll roll up to your old garage door and finally notice how chipped and faded that rusty old slab really is. But that's the first thing people see when they come visit. A 250 square foot bent aluminum lime green garage door that also squeaks. Welcome to our home. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our design consultants can help you find a strong, quiet, modern garage door that anyone would be proud to come home to. Modern materials that won't crack, dent, or fade. In contemporary styles that showcase your home's design. Call Mo Better Garage and let us show you just how joyful arriving back home can be.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
With a long legacy of helping people live well, HealthSpring knows Medicare. As your partner, HealthSpring is committed to empowering you every step of the way. From choosing your plan to making the most of your benefits, you'll find that with a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter. So put a spring in your step with a HealthSpring Medicare plan. Find out more at healthspring.com. HealthSpring products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
This is Mike Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers.
And this is Jonathan Geller. And Dad, you ever think we're too honest in our commercials?
What do you mean?
Like telling people we've got the best prices in Atlanta.
It all comes down to the best jewelry at the best prices.
Maybe that's why folks have trusted us since 1939.
Exactly.
In Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Cue the jingle.
Affordable jewelry for everyone is at D. Geller & Son.
Got Joro spiders? Get Breda. Scott Slade here. These nasty black and yellow spiders weave huge webs, multiply quickly, and lay hundreds of eggs at a time. So if you see one, you better run, because it won't be long before you're overrun with massive webs. Just knocking down their web does not solve your problem. You need Breda to locate and destroy the spidey source.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story: 2 men from out of state facing federal charges for allegedly using social media to threaten an ICE deportation officer in Georgia and his wife. The U.S. Attorney in Atlanta accuses Frank Andrew Wazut of posting a video on Instagram identifying the officer, who lives and works in North Georgia. Another man, Anthony Patrick Noto, is accused of commenting on the video underneath a photo of the agent's wife. He allegedly writes, "There's a pretty good target right there." A Union City police officer is fired following a deadly dog mauling in August. The family of 62-year-old Donna Wynn, who died after she was mauled by a pack of dogs near her home. Her son Charles Ingram is now saying his family wants accountability.
We just want justice. I mean, somebody needs to be held responsible, for the situation.
Police wouldn't provide details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. MARTA police are investigating after a body is found in a vehicle at the Brookhaven MARTA station. A police spokesperson says it's too soon to say a foul play is suspected. We are working to learn the person's identity and how they died. The Georgia Department of Public Health begins giving COVID-19 shots at health departments in the state. New shipments of the vaccine are expected next week. In the meantime, you're urged to call your local health department to make sure they have the shot. Some pharmacies will also offer the vaccine. Some libraries in Metro Atlanta are taking part in National Banned Books Week.
The theme this year is Censorship is So, 1984, Read for Your Rights. It was chosen because of the rise in attempts to ban books in libraries, schools, and bookstores around the country. Amanda Sanders works at the South Cobb Library branch.
It just has people thinking about what is going on in the world in terms of book challenges.
Sanders says banned books such as 1984 and Handmaid's Tale are on display this week, and patrons can create a one-of-a-kind banned books bookmark at the South Cobb branch. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Still watching a jam on the east side perimeter, Bill. They wrapped up the 285 northbound outer loop construction at Glenwood Road, but still in the left lane southbound, and it is very slow back up into Clarkston. Earlier crash on the west side outer loop, 285 southbound, Hollowell Parkway exit 12. That has since cleared, as well as the north or eastbound inner loop crash between Cobb Parkway and I-75. And it's already a brake light battle into downtown and midtown, starting southbound. You're going to stay jammed up all the way down to I-20 with 75-85 northbound brake lights have filled in from University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Epworth. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 82, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Rain showers for the morning commute and a few lingering through Wednesday afternoon, high 83. Drying out and cooling down considerably by Thursday with a high of 68.
Right now, 80 in Conyers, 78 in Douglasville, 79 in Alpharetta. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Dave Baker here with a custom spacious closet from Artisan. You'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
EMC Security.
Our video doorbells are handy for seeing when packages are delivered or when the kids come home or even checking to see who is at the door. But what about when something more serious happens, like a break-in or fire? That's when you'd need a monitored security system. At EMC Security, we've been protecting Georgians for almost 30 years. Still locally owned, still no contracts, and still offering monitoring from just $16.95 a month.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
If you're looking for an exceptional Swiss timepiece, visit Terra Fine Jewelry today. They have exceptional Swiss watches from Tag Heuer and the finest selection in Atlanta of pre-owned Rolex. It's where I've been shopping for over 25 years. Terra Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Fall is here, and with it comes cool air and heavy rains. All that moisture doesn't just smell bad, it affects the air your family breathes and even your home's foundation. Hi, I'm Jeremy, owner of American Crawl Space Solutions, and we believe in a needs-based approach, recommending only what your crawl space truly needs. No high-pressure sales tactics and no price increase just because you don't commit today. American Crawl Space Solutions, your best value in crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
All right, we never got to the thing. We congratulated Georgia Tech on their 222-0 victory over Cumberland 100 years ago today. There can't be another sporting event in history that's been that lopsided.
I think
I know
so.
different sports are scored different ways. 222-0 in football would be what, like 50? What would baseball score be? 50-0.
I guess,
So,
yeah. I'll look up
Has
the
there
highest.
ever been a game that's 50-0 in, you know?
How much did they score? Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech, 222-0.
222. So divide that by 6. What do you get?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy because I dropped out of the 9th grade. I don't know nothing. I certainly ain't no good at math on the fly. George is looking things up.
In 2007, the Texas Rangers defeated the Baltimore Orioles 30-3.
Okay,
That's
well,
the most
that's-
lopsided baseball game of all time.
Okay, so it's not even close, I don't think. It might be close if you really got down to the percentages of scoring and all that.
I feel like in order to make this fair, you would have to pick a college baseball game, too, because this is a college football game.
But I know,
college
but,
or pro.
But the point,
Okay.
what I'm saying is, I think it might be the most lopsided sports score in
Across
history.
the board. Okay, I
But
see.
you have to, because things are scored differently.
Yeah.
Obviously, tennis is scored differently. You know.
All right, so the 1940 NFL championship game, the Chicago Bears defeated the Washington Redskins 73-0.
Okay, but that's football.
But that's pro,
So
and that's the most in pro.
right. So I don't. I'm going to go with the most lopsided victory of all time.
Yes,
Yes?
that absolutely
I
is.
typed into Grok, what is the most lopsided sports game of all time, and it came up with this.
Okay,
Georgia Tech.
so 100 years ago,
Grok has confirmed.
Yeah,
Grok.
it's confirmed by AI. That means we know that it's true.
Thank you, overlords.
Thank you.
Thank you, AI.
Before you kill us all, you give us funny little tidbits.
Tidbits?
Tidbits.
Tidbits.
Of,
I knew that guy. He did
of
traffic.
trivia. Yeah,
was traffic.
tidbits. Oh, he
He's
was
great.
great, man. He was great.
Did he do traffic?
He did.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, it's Jim Tidbits.
Yeah.
So this is what now, and I'm gonna. Can I gently, because I like to be a good colleague. I don't like people that work not like me. I like the people that I work with, and this is a WSB television story.
Oh boy.
But I think it misses the point. and also I don't want to say this, but I think it's almost like except for the very last sentence, almost kind of a press release for Georgia Tech. And it's a very positive story about something that is absolutely not a positive thing. And the headline is Georgia Tech's drone first responder program cuts emergency response time to 90 seconds or less.
Seems like a good thing.
Sure. Georgia Tech has launched a groundbreaking program that will use drones as first responders to 911 calls. The program, officially launched on Monday, aims to improve response times and enhance student safety by deploying drones that can reach incidents faster than traditional police methods. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this is fantastic. There's a quote here from Georgia Tech Chief of Police. Really is to have a patrol dome that can patrol the campus all the time, respond to major incidents instantly. That seems like a fantastic thing. And then I get further down. Oh, wait, almost to the middle of the story. Bailey Quintrell, Chief Strategy Officer of Flock.
Uh-huh. Oh, they make the drones.
No. Well, they make, yes, in this case. But the company behind the program, you know what they highlighted? The speed advantage, stating, our drone system can respond anywhere within a 4-mile radius, 90 seconds or less. Tech's campus is smaller than that. Safety. It's all about safety. Here's the problem with Flock is that they're kind of known for their mass surveillance technology and privacy problems. They're the people who read they came up with that whole system that reads your license plate.
That's
right. And not only
up
that,
in Maryland.
but they share that.
Everywhere.
They share the information with third parties. third parties are not only police that are in your immediate jurisdiction, but, if they need some information from Virginia on that person in Georgia, that
Well, it just makes it quicker.
It just makes it quicker and easier.
You don't like security, is what you're
That's
saying.
what it is. Obviously, I want long response times.
Why don't they get some of those Tesla robots armed?
That's what's coming next. So at the very end of this article, there's one sentence, and it says, Flock has implemented privacy measures, such as keeping the camera on the horizon until the drone reaches its destination to address privacy concerns. Well, that's nice.
That's great.
That's not, by the way, that's not anybody from Flock saying that. That's just the writer letting you know that.
You know what?
Nothing against anybody. I'm a good colleague. I love everybody. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How do you not know that? How do you not know that the word flock, as a reporter, is supposed to make you go beep beep beep? Better look into this.
Listen, if you subscribe to Flock now, you can make sure that your son or daughter is definitely going to class at all times. Because little drones will be flying.
Yeah.
They'll be flying
Yeah.
over.
Oh wow!
There she goes.
Hey man, you want to go smoke a joint? Absolutely not.
They're watching us. Oh, that's legal now.
That's
You wanna do some heroin?
It's not illegal. It's what do they call
Decriminalized.
it? Decriminalized.
Drone.
I love this idea. They always come at you. It's either we're, safety for children, all the stuff on the internet, where you lose your privacy and everything, and all your data is taken. Oh, we're just trying to protect kids. Oh, what are you, Von Hessler? Are you for longer response times for 911 calls? Sounds to me like you don't like people.
You also like women being exploited by pornography websites. You don't have a problem with that?
Why are you asking me that? I'm not putting those two together.
They're shutting it down for your safety.
Oh, well, no, that's true. Well, I got a VPN, so I don't have to worry about it.
For now.
I can put it to Switzerland. I can make
They
that
can-
VPN
they
go
can
anywhere.
make them outlawed soon.
What, are they going to come to my house and, whatever.
Put it away.
They'll come in like I saw.
Get on the floor.
I saw footage. These
Get
ICE,
off the floor.
These. You could say like when you see these ICE people march into, like a flea market or something. It's like they're taking over a country, And it's just like it seems like too much, right? And then there's another part that says, well, maybe I'm smart enough to realize if you come in with that kind of force, maybe that means less violence happens, right? More people are just like, okay, and there's no. So I understand that point of view, ICE. What I don't really understand is the 4 videographers that are accompanying ICE as they go in. So the whole thing's a show. 1 camera, documentation. 4 cameras, a show. We need different points of view. We want to edit. Come on.
Recruitment video.
Absolutely.
Hype videos.
Hype videos. Hype videos.
I can't get a job with them. I tried.
Really?
Too out of shape. Old. No, I
Okay,
didn't
you
try.
must. I think if you tried to get in, my wife mentioned it the other day. She doesn't really follow the news all that much. She does a little bit, but she doesn't not the way we do.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know, I saw a thing. Maybe I'll go work for them.
my
She's
gosh.
65. She just had spinal surgery.
Well, I know they got in trouble recently because they used Theo Vaughn out of context, but they also used the Pokemon theme song out of context, which is Gotta Catch 'Em All.
They don't care. These people don't care. I mean, the idea. Can we stop with the outrage? Because you see Stephen Miller and Trump, they just go do it. Go do it. Wait, was the judge going to come arrest me? Go do it. Maybe the judge after a while will make us have to stop, but just go do it. Trump's like, I'm the president. I'm giving you permission. Go do it.
I'll invade Chicago if I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're killing people on boats around Venezuela. At the same time, does any of us know any of the names of the people that we killed? Which is, hey, they were drug dealers. Maybe they all were. I don't know. But I think you feel like before you kill somebody, you kind of have to prove it. Or if after you kill them, you should give us the evidence. Something along those lines. And then, it's like, as far as our government is so weird. It's wrong for Putin to have any influence or anything over a country that he shares a 1,000-mile border with. He should have nothing to do with that, no influence whatsoever. But we, because of the Monroe Doctrine or something, in our sphere of influence, we could just go blow up boats in South America and not even have to give any evidence that our allegations against the people are true.
Yeah, and the UN's not getting involved. You think they would? If
What do they do?
Well, I know they'd get ignored, but
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, I think that people are just trying to lay low. This is obviously a way. They're trying to get Venezuela to respond so that we can go in because they want to change the regime in Venezuela. Because Trump talked about it all the time, and MAGA was like, our first priority is that you change the regime. And oh, no, that never happened.
Yeah.
That never happened. So far, Maduro has not bit. And I don't know if he can. It's not like he can go to war, but he doesn't have any chance against the United States. So I guess we'll just, what's that like to go to bed at night knowing, I just killed 14 people. I don't know any, my advisors tell me they were bad. That's good enough for me.
I have a solution, Eric.
Yeah.
Maybe Maduro can buy our soybeans. That would make things all better.
That would make things all better. Let's, I think we
then
want to
they'd
knock
have food.
we want to knock him over and and put somebody in there who will come and wash the feet of our dear leader.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
$1,000 on WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 5 p.m.
That is awesome.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB Radio app now.
A lot of us are looking at things to spruce up our homes, from tweaking or landscaping, a little bit of paint. But how's your roof looking? This is Scott Slade. A new roof can dramatically improve the look of your home. Lots of uncertainties in the economy right now. So my roofer, FGA Roofing, has put together an offer you should consider. They call it the 000 plan. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments for 12 months. With FGA Roofing, you can get a quote in just a few days and your roof installed in just a couple of weeks. And you can wait to pay until it fits your timeline. FGA Roofing specializes in slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, as well as architectural roofs. The experts at FGA Roofing can lay out all the options for you, whether your roof is aging out or you just want a designer upgrade for your home. Or both. FGA Roofing, where you'll get first-rate installation and quality service, always. Just search FGA Roofing to get started with a free quote today. That's FGA Roofing.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you have created a 20-question guide that asks the pointed, sometimes uncomfortable questions about where you stand in retirement. And you have to ask yourself, who is your guide?
That's right. Who is your guide? We sometimes think of retirement as like a mountain that you need to climb. And if you're going to ascend the mountain, it's important that you have a guide that has been there before, who has helped other people accomplish the same task. And we've seen that this is so important. There's so much value in the financial planning world. But if you don't know what's accessible, if you don't know what questions to ask, if you don't know what kind of value you should be receiving for the fees that you're paying, oftentimes you don't get it. So we created this guide to ask those questions and really point you in the direction of the type of service, the type of value that you should be receiving for the fees that you're paying if you're engaging a professional money manager or financial planner.
All right, so Matt, how can we get our hands on this 20-question guide?
We want to make it as simple as possible. So you can call us at 770-280-1488. All you have to do is tell the representative that you're looking for our 20-question guide. You can also go to our homepage, retireatlradio.com. You can send us a note there. Just let us know you're looking for the guide. We don't need your email address. You don't have to create an account. You know, it's not protected by some kind of paywall. This is something we want to provide to you for free so that you can know, am I getting value for the fees that I'm paying? It's complimentary, created by us here at the Vincent Financial Group. Again, 770-280-1488. Ask for the guide, or you can go to retireatlradio.com.
770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com. And join us for Retire ATL every Sunday right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Attention men, does ED and PE have you down? Well, great news. Choice Men's Health has the latest breakthrough treatments that can get you up and running. Meet the specialist who is dedicated to helping you perform better than ever in the bedroom.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Our custom treatment plans have a 98% success rate at improving ED and PE on your very first visit, even if Viagra and Cialis have failed. Regardless of your age and medical history, we are here and dedicated to help you regain your love life.
Don't wait. Call Choice Men's Health now. We are so confident we can help. For a limited time, we're offering to cover your first treatment for free. Call 404-400-1170. Call now to claim your free treatment. 404-400-1170. Results guaranteed on your first visit or it's free. 404-400-1170. Choice Men's Health, the only choice for your health.
All right, let's play a game of Old Man Theater. And it's not ageism because I'm 61 myself.
What kind of a theater are these old men in?
You know, I'm thinking kind of like an old Greek.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of.
Odeon.
Oh, you thought they were in the old-fashioned
Trenchcoat theater.
Trenchcoat theater. You weren't around then, Jared, when we had people had to go to actual theaters to see porn.
Oh.
And they always put them on the busiest road in the town. It's always like Main Street.
Well, so you get shamed if
and
you
got
walk.
like you walk. There was this game like this. True with adult bookstores too. Now everything's online. You had to go like buy your pornography, and you get really good at like looking like you're going to walk past the store or the theater, and then just at the last moment, whoop, take a quick right. Whoop.
Was there like a big bell when you walked in?
No. Usually, strangely enough, at porn theaters, it would be like a 70-year-old woman, you know, sitting there giving you tickets. Like it was always like a weird.
What do you need?
Yeah,
Just one?
That kind of thing.
Paper towels to your right.
This is Old Man Theater because how old is this guy at Newsmax that's asking Trump this question?
Greg Kelly. He's 56.
Yeah, this is absurd. Now, look, I'm 61. The idea that, I mean, do I know Bad Bunny's music? No, I don't. Have I heard of Bad Bunny? Of course. Do I know that Bad Bunny is really, really, really popular these days? Yeah, he's crossed over. You see him in stories about he messes around with the WWE sometimes. So he's not like an entertainer that's on my radar, but I'm not so far out of it. I'm so far out of it that I wouldn't recognize any of his music, but I'm not so far out of it that I guess, no one's ever heard of this guy. Old Man Theater with Newsmax, whoever his name is, whatever his name is.
Greg Kelly.
Greg Kelly. Is he a former Fox guy? Is Newsmax just a bunch of people who used to work at Fox?
You know, I haven't looked at the career of Greg Kelly. I'll look at his LinkedIn next.
This is 56-year-old Greg Kelly talking to Donald Trump, who is pushing 80. And they just don't – they must be losing their minds over there at the NFL.
Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL like a boycott or something along those lines?
Stop for 1 second. That is never going to happen. I mean –
and who's we?
Yeah, he means MAGA, you know, conservatives. Because if you see the world in one political way, everyone should bow down to you. Everything should be done the way you think it should be done. But that's beside the point here. Play it a little bit longer, and it's like they're confused as to who is this guy, and why would you elevate someone that no one's ever heard of to do the halftime show?
Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL like a boycott or something along those lines? This guy does not seem like a unifying entertainer, and a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Then he changes the subject.
While we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous, where the ball is kicked and the ball is floating in the air and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it looks. It just looks so terrible. I think it really demeans football. To be honest with you, it's a great game, but it demeans football. Do you know what I mean by that? The kickoff rule, the new kickoff rule.
Well, yeah. Did Greg Kelly say? I've never heard of Bad Bunny, but I don't know about the new kickoff
and
rule.
While we're at it, can we please get rid of the helmets and padding? I mean, play like men. If you're going to be men, play like men. You got and then but this Bad Bunny is like nobody's ever
heard of this
what
guy.
About the Village People?
Yeah. Why not the Village
Why
People?
not the Village People? I mean, they got young ones in there.
Yeah, they got,
young
they're like the
guys.
Globetrotters. They change them up every few
who
years.
they are. Nobody cares about that these days.
Yeah.
And Tom Jones or,
How about Engelbert Humperdinck? Is he still around? Maybe we could have somebody's heard of.
If he's not, we'll find Engelbert Humperdinck. What?
Junior.
Is there
Engelbert
Hump. Is she do?
Why not Lee Greenwood? Lee Greenwood could do the halftime show.
Oh, that would be great.
He's going to sing the national anthem.
Yeah, we got to.
Twice.
That is just
Kid Rock. We got Lee Greenwood.
That is hilarious.
A lot of people like Kid Rock. I don't know.
No, Kid Rock, okay. I mean, I don't know if he has the stature to do, but I mean,
He doesn't.
okay.
Not now.
Not now, but I mean, yeah, I could. Yeah, he
Bad
could do
Bunny
it.
makes the most sense for the NFL.
And it will be a fun show.
Yeah,
well, I can ignore that like I have every single one. For the
Yeah,
last 10
I
years.
haven't really. You know, once they got off, they went through all the bands that old people care about, and then that was over after I think maybe Tom Petty was the last one.
Well, they had the
Springsteen
Who and
did it.
Springsteen. That was 2009,
McCartney,
2010.
you had McCartney, you had the Who, you had Springsteen. They got to do all the bands that the old the Whiteheads.
Katy Perry was enjoyable.
Katy Perry was enjoyable.
Left Shark.
That's right. But this is before she was an astronaut.
That's true.
So
now she's just way more elevated.
She got a little annoying once she became a bona fide astronaut.
Space trap.
This Bad Bunny. Should we boycott the NFL because we don't like the singer at the halftime show of the Super Bowl? How much clout is this Newsmax anchor chasing here?
Can you guys believe Halloween is approaching, Thanksgiving, Christmas? Omaha Steaks is helping you out right now with an early Black Friday sale. You can get 50% off site-wide right now, and you get an extra 20% off select favorites and more. It's limited time deals because it's the early Black Friday sale. You want the caramel apple tartlets, but listen, if you're just into meal prep or you're tired of the family yard going over dinner, you load up the deliciousness from Omaha Steaks. I load up on the New York strips. It's what I feed the guys on Sunday nights for football weather. Grilling, it's fantastic, and I take advantage of this discount as well. And then here's the thing. At checkout, you use promo code ERIC, and you get an extra $35 off. Minimum order required. The unbelievable savings. 50% off site-wide, 20% off select favorites for a limited time for early Black Friday, and an extra $35 off. And all you do is go to omahasteaks.com, load up your cart. At checkout, you put in ERIC, ERICK. Start saving real big today.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's
of
right,
course.
yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless. And it's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different. And I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Here's a money-saving pro tip to keep your heating system running efficiently and avoid costly breakdowns. For just $29, you can schedule your fall checkup with TE-certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Chris Chandler here. Don't miss this exclusive new customer offer. Just $29 for a TE-certified fall checkup. Hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE certified, we love your home.
This is Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. When you have plumbing problems, you need it done quickly and on your schedule. Superior Plumbing will work around your schedule night and day. They've served Atlanta for almost 40 years. They want to be your plumber for life, and they'll earn your trust by doing the work correctly the first time. So do what I did and call Superior Plumbing night or day to have a trusted plumber fix your plumbing issues.
Superior, the honest one. Call 770-422-PLUM.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, it's new information in a deadly dog attack in Union City. A police officer is now out of a job for his handling of the investigation.
A Union City Police Department spokesman confirms the officer was terminated following a review of the investigation into the death of 62-year-old Donna Wynn, who died after being mauled by a pack of dogs near her Union City home in August. Her son, Charles Ingram, says his family has been reeling since his mother's death.
We just want justice. I mean, somebody needs to be held responsible for the situation.
Police wouldn't provide any details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
80 degrees in Atlanta. When does rain arrive and how much does it cool off once the rain moves out? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Internet threats targeting an ICE deportation officer in Georgia lead to indictments.
2 men from out of state face federal charges for using social media to threaten an ICE deportation officer and his wife. The U.S. Attorney in Atlanta accuses Frank Andrew Wazut of posting a video on Instagram identifying the Georgia officer, saying, "Go ahead, make him famous." Another man, Anthony Patrick Noto, is accused of commenting on a photo of the agent's wife, writing, "There's a pretty good target right here." U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg says anyone who hides behind a screen and makes such threats will be held accountable. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
An inmate attacks a detention officer at the troubled Fulton County Jail. The sheriff's office says the jailer was stabbed with a shank. The officer is expected to make a full recovery. The inmate is facing charges. A man's in custody and a teenage girl's in the hospital after an altercation in Dunwoody leads to gunfire.
It began with 5 teenage girls requesting an Uber, but having the driver arrive and tell them he couldn't accept the ride.
Basically told them, "Hey, I don't have enough room for all of you."
Sergeant Michael Cheek with Dunwoody Police says an argument ensued, and the driver, 38-year-old Meredith Grundy, says one teen struck him in the face and made a verbal threat.
That same female who hit him in the face threatened to kill him, and at some point in there, shots were fired at her.
The other girls refuted the account by Grundy. He was then arrested and now faces several charges. The 16-year-old shooting victim is in critical but stable condition. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta police are trying to identify suspects involved in a robbery as Falcons fans tailgated prior to the game with the Commanders on September 28th. It happened in a parking lot on Northside Drive. Videos show a dispute leading to an attack and the robbery of several people. Police are releasing photos of the suspects, and we posted them at WSBradio.com. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers, and they could be eligible for a $5,000 reward. Hands off our kids. Operation Hook leads to the arrest of 11 people on charges related to human trafficking and child sexual exploitation in North Georgia. The GBI's Brian Johnston says multiple agencies, including the Bartow and Forsyth County Sheriff's Departments, are among those teaming up.
We had over 80 law enforcement personnel participate in this operation over the weekend. So it takes a lot to put all that stuff together.
Johnston says the GBI's received 38,000 cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children this year. The government shutdown could impact your travel plans. The FAA says it is dealing with an increase in sick calls in some parts of the country from air traffic controllers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has asked today what his message is to concerned travelers.
If we see there's issues in the tower that are affecting controllers' ability to effectively control the airspace, we'll reduce the rate, and you'll see more delays, or you might see a cancellation. I'm willing to do that before we're willing to risk anyone's life in the air.
He says so far it's just been a slight tick up in sick calls. The city of Woodstock is taking part in National Night Out. It's an annual event aimed at promoting police community partnerships.
It's about getting to know the officers and the first responders who serve our Woodstock community in a fun and relaxed environment.
Audrey Jones with Woodstock Police says the event is from 5 until 8 tonight in downtown Woodstock. There will be a helicopter there as well as games, music, and food. It is 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Hey, good afternoon, Bill. And watching the brake lights on the east side perimeter, 285 southbound. It's been jammed up, leaving I-85 down into the Clarkson area. The good news is the earlier construction that was in the left lane south of there at Glenwood Greenwood Road has cleared now. The afternoon volume just in full force through that area. 285 westbound, you're on the brakes out of Sandy Springs from Georgia 400 over to I-75 in Cobb. Then on and off the brakes in both directions, 285 north and southbound between I-20 and Smyrna Vinings. With a look at the slow ride through downtown, it's Andrew Seco.
If you went looking for brake lights, you found them in spades. 75, 85 north and southbound, jammed between East Point all the way up into Midtown southbound. We're still all the way back into Buckhead. The brake lights all the way up towards the Glenridge connector on 400 southbound. That's exit 3. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A mix of sun and clouds through the course of this afternoon. High 82, mostly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-60s. Rain showers for the morning commute, then drying out Wednesday afternoon, high 83. Cooling down significantly on Thursday, high 68 with breezy conditions and a partly cloudy sky.
78 in Kennesaw, also 78 in Clarkston. It's 80 in Hapeville. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
She's the hottest one in the room right now.
That would be Wes Moss. I see him sitting down, putting his headphones on. Look at he's like, hey, look at me. Look at him.
Shelley and Wes were just solving the world out there.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, when Wes and Shelley get together, it's heavy duty. The converse. What did you just bring out? Some sort of. Is that a screenplay you're working on? Or what,
looks like it, doesn't it?
It's got. Yeah,
it's called Data in the Dark.
You have. Ooh, is that like sexy stuff? Like, oh wow.
USA Network.
Hey, honey, Data in the Dark. Turn off the lights, honey. It's time to go deep into the numbers.
Well, we didn't get a jobs number.
I know. Yeah, we don't get a jobs number from.
We're getting data in the dark.
In the dark, right? It's
so we're having to rely, as we talked about a month ago, on the ancillary groups that also watch the economy.
Like ADP, because they take care of so many payrolls, they're able to kind of see how things are fluctuating, right?
And then just any given econometrics firm can try to do that. Carlisle, there was a article today about Carlisle doing so, and they're one of the companies you love. One of those giant private equity firms.
Oh, they care so much about the common man.
But they own 277 companies.
Mm-hmm.
They have real estate. They have, if you look at the company base that their companies that they own, they have 730,000 employees.
Yeah. So they're the problem. But that has nothing to do with this conversation. They do have these numbers.
They estimated the jobs numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in and said that job number growth was essentially flat, 17,000 jobs in September, which, by the way...
Moody's is kind of saying the same thing, right? Basically flat, no growth.
August was 22,000.
Right.
That was an actual BLS number. And ADP came in and said a loss of 32,000 jobs. Now, that's private. That doesn't count government payroll.
Which could make it worse, right?
Could make it worse. And... New York Fed has a survey. There's Challenger Gray and Christmas, which is usually you hear them announcing big corporate layoffs. They're the company that says so-and-so is laying off 17,000 people. So they're well known and respected within the job market. And they're saying that they're looking at this from a hiring perspective and seeing hiring plans at the weakest they've seen since 2009. So it goes back to the same thing that we've been seeing in the last almost 6 months. It's really not a fire economy, but it's also not a hire economy. So it's
sort of a stasis.
It's a no hire, no fire economy.
it's which could be seen as being kind of stuck in the mud a little bit.
Stuck in the mud a little bit.
Spinning your wheels.
There's so many dynamics though within labor. It's I remember taking classes that were specifically about labor economics, because you look at the supply of labor, how many people, that's changed. Immigration is essentially stopped in the United States. Again, good or bad, that was a huge amount of people coming in saying, I want a job.
Mm-hmm.
So companies were saying, well, I've got a bigger supply and I can actually now hire maybe for a better wage. Then we've had the cross current of so much inflation inflaming giant unions and workers in general and saying, look, we need more money. We've had 30% inflation in the last couple of years. I'm not making 30% more. So they collectively bargain, they strike, they do negotiations. We saw it at UPS. We saw it at General Motors, the big car companies. So you have all these different cross currents of what the supply of labor is doing, what the supply of labor is asking, and then you have the demand for labor, which is on the company side. So you have a lot of these dynamics, and at least right now, you're getting to a point where, and the JOLTS numbers support this too, the equilibrium. Remember, it was what, 3 years ago, it was 2 for 1. 2 job openings, 1 worker looking. What did that do? Wage inflation. Companies had to say, we'll give you more in order to come with us. Don't go to them. Big wage inflation. Now we're back to 1 to 1.
Which puts the leverage back with the employer.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Or at least it's much less leverage.
I think one thing you got to add into
supply.
all of those numbers that you're talking about. There's a little touch so far, maybe not what it's going to be in the future, but there's a little bit of AI going on here where have we calibrated that we don't need as many hands to do the same amount of labor as we did, say, 10 years ago?
The KPMG CEO was on today talking about that exact issue, and he said that AI agents, along with AI, which is
an AI agent is when AI does something on its own, right?
Correct,
Okay.
but it does need human oversight. And what he's saying is that the same process, so it's a multi-step process that would take 10 people, now for them takes 5 people and 5 agents.
Right.
So that's hiring less. Now, what he will say, well, any CEO will tell you, is that, well, now because we have so much more efficiency, it's not that we're not going to hire, it's we can do more. So we can expand more, we can take on more clients. So it's not necessarily a death knell for the economy. A CEO will tell you, we're just going to do more because we can do more with less.
But ultimately, if every company gets to a point in a couple of years where they're doing more with less, it's going to be less jobs. You can, okay, maybe we can do more and we can open more, which means we hire the other 5 over here.
Provided they have more clients.
Yeah, provided there's that. And ultimately, a lot of these companies may lose clients too. AI could do some of their work for their clients when it comes to spreadsheet kind of stuff and those kind of jobs. In the beginning, I mean, who knows? We may have like humanoid-looking robots doing warehouse jobs before you know it. I think we do already to a certain degree.
So it can either mean everybody gets a 3-day work week because everything is so efficient, or you can make the argument that everyone's going to be working 24/7 around the clock.
Or with like 3 jobs, side hustles, trying to make... Because when you go down to a 3-day work week, I mean, does that mean I have to pare down my lifestyle for that? Am I going to make in 3 days what I used to make in 5 days? Probably not.
Probably not.
So I got a 3-day work week, but I have 2 jobs. So now I have a 6-day work week. And I'm not making as much as I used to make in the 5-day work
That's
week.
the other side of the pendulum, which it could be we may be working more because of this, because companies might need less labor. They're so efficient that now we're going to have to take on something else as an economy. So it could go the other direction, but it also would solve for the worry that there are going to be less jobs. Maybe there won't be, and this economy continues to forge ahead. The one number that I think it's the hardest number to really get right, and it's an ethereal type number that's hard to measure, so it doesn't get talked about a whole lot, and that's productivity. And productivity is the multiplier for overall output. And if productivity for a long time was stuck at the 1% growth range, which is part of the reason we haven't had a super robust growth economy. I still don't know the reason why, but productivity has been much higher over the last, call it almost 2 years now. And instead of 1, productivity is running in the 2.5 to 3% growth rate. The question is, what's coming from?
Yeah.
Part of it could be AI, but that may not be the whole story.
Here's a problem. There's a problem that some numbers I became aware of in the last couple of days. Apparently, 40% of the growth of our economy right now has to do with AI. Data centers, building, the construction around building data centers, all of this stuff. And so I think The Economist had a story they put out. It's like, it's not The Economist, Financial Times had a story they put out.
The pink paper.
They said basically America is one bet right now.
Right,
the American economy is one bet, and that's AI. And right now, almost half of what's growing this economy right now is around one industry, which isn't even a solidified industry right now. It's more of an idea. And what happens, Wes, do you think, if we get like 18 months out from where we're standing right now, and investors suddenly start going, I've been investing a lot of money in this for 3 years now, and I'm getting nothing back, and you get a big withdrawal out of it. I mean, and you're talking about what is now represents
or
40%.
A big slowdown.
Yeah,
or just instead of $400-500 billion in capex.
Yeah, but it's not even like that.
It goes down to nothing.
It would be one thing if that 40% was the tech sector. It's not. That 40% of what's growing our economy right now is one element within it, which is AI. So we're already, I mentioned this yesterday. I believe it to be more and more true. Everybody talks about, will AI have control over us? It already does, Wes. We're in the pot. The flame is on very, very low. But we already know or have been told or feel that we can't stop investing in AI, even though we don't know what we're going to get out of it. So what's in control, us or AI? AI is already controlling what we invest in and what we do, and we don't have an idea of exactly how it's going to pay. Now, maybe it all works out. But
couple dozen AI language data scientists have the puck right now.
Yes, and we better hope that they score. Is that a nod? Are you a hockey fan? Which is going to start?
I don't know how hockey came into that.
It's because of the hockey stick thing on the graphs that you look at as an economist.
Maybe I was thinking S curve.
And today the NHL
adoption,
season,
NHL.
It starts today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it starts today. You knew, Wes. I knew you knew.
That was my point. Is anybody listening to me, George? That was my point. I started the whole thing. It's okay. It's all right. I think it's because isn't there a hockey stick graph thing?
There's a lot of them. That's indicative of the adoption graph. It usually is slow, and then it hockey sticks higher.
That's right. I'm more of a highlight guy. That's what I like in my graphs.
You like it to bounce back.
It actually is the S curve. Somebody's going to say, no, Wes, it's the S curve, which is a little different than that.
To hell with those people. They're killjoys. Hello to Alex Williams. That's what I didn't mean hell. I meant hello. Hello to Alex Williams, who's telling us that 85 is slowing into Norcross.
Yeah, good afternoon, Eric and gang. We're watching those brake lights fill in this afternoon northeast of town. 85 northbound on and off that brake pedal from Chamblee Tucker Road as you head up to Indian Trail Road, exit 101 in Norcross. Up in Buford, trash pushed off to the right, 985 northbound. Just past Buford Drive, exit number 4. A tap of the brakes there. 400 northbound. Toughest part of that ride is the slowdown in Sandy Springs, starting just north of I-285. Braking free once you get to Northridge Road, exit 6. Checking I-75 and 575, it's Andrew Seco.
Not a lot to worry about, just some volume here and there. 75 north and southbound, on and off that brake pedal, either direction between I-285 up towards I-575 and heading into Woodstock. Just some brake lights up towards Highway 92, exit number 7. This sport's sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
More local news.
Newton County authorities crediting the Georgia State Patrol. Full ground stop at the airport, meanwhile.
More traffic.
One crash on I-20 westbound.
More weather.
The tornado threat has appeared to come to an end for Henry County.
Atlanta's morning news.
Tomorrow morning at 5.
This is a complicated, controversial subject.
Wake up with 95.5 WSB.
How Atlanta starts its day.
It all started as a front door dream. You want those beautiful double doors for the front entrance of your home. But every company you talk to said that single door just can't go double. But with us, you can. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. We specialize in removing your dated single front door, side lights, and transom, replacing them with a beautiful double door, customized for that space to impress and welcome your guests. Get started at all4seasonsgarages.com.
Fall is a busy time and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can receive the strongest cash offer in the industry and move when you're ready. Mark Spain Real Estate has more than 13,000 five-star reviews, so you can trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home quickly and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Are you coming today? Are you not coming today? Hi, this is Candace from Excavations. Are you tired of having to chase your contractors around? If you're looking to remodel the outside of your home, then have I got a tip for you. Use Exovations. You'll know exactly when we're coming, when your project's going to be complete, and what you're paying for before you even start the project. Schedule your appointment today at exovations.com. EXOVATIONS.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Want to love your deck so much that you don't even want to go on vacation? Hi, I'm Scott Nelson, owner of Nelson Exteriors, and your new deck will be your family's favorite staycation. We do decks differently. Beautiful high-end decks at a reasonable price, materials you choose, and lots of options. With Nelson Exteriors, you'll get a high-quality, affordable, custom deck, handcrafted by our licensed and insured experts. For an extraordinary deck renovation, Google Nelson Exteriors.
All right, Wes Moss. Jared Yamamoto is telling me that I should ask you how we get more Wes. You know who you are. You know your name. How do we get more Wes Moss?
Oh, well, that's easy to do, Jared. You could just go to our website. It's yourwealth.com. Y-O-U-R wealth.com.
I'm on it right now.
What do you think about that website?
You know what? I'm a fan. I actually like the smooth look of it.
Does it seem too old school?
I'm here.
Or no? Oh, hey.
I'm here. I don't know so I'd like to join the conversation
10
as well.
seconds.
Why doesn't he have an app?
Why don't you have an app?
Oh.
Because it's mobile friendly.
Oh, well, there you go. You know, that's all. Hey, look, you know what? I don't want another app. I'm telling you, this is something with business. You got to start. I know you get these talks sometimes with entrepreneurs and stuff. Listen, motivational, what do you need to do, how you, all that kind of stuff.
What am I now? Motivating Manning?
Motivating Manning. We don't want, it doesn't make for a good life that I have to have an app for everything that I ever use. Nobody wants to say, I tried to park the other day. They wanted me to download an app. I'm not downloading an app to park one time in your garage.
Every time you park and you do a QR code, you think, well, maybe it'll be the same one I did last time or the last time. Yeah. It's always a new one.
There's always different ones.
By the way, one of them that I think is around Atlanta alive is they got hacked a couple of years ago. Bunch of information gets put out there and sold on the dark web. And they just resolved the case. From
what year?
It's 2022, I think.
That was Park Mobile.
Yeah. Do you know how much this is? You want to talk about justice? Justice happened here because if you are a Park Mobile user, you are going to get 50 cents.
Oh, wow.
Yes! But you can't use
action.
It's a quarter at a time, though. You can't use it in one. The lawyers get $7 million. But you get 50 cents. Back me up on this. I just read it, but it's like, but you can only use a quarter at a time. Maybe it's $1. I don't know, but you can.
It's $1. That you're right. You can only use one quarter at a time, so you can use it 4 times.
Oh, so it's a full $1. So it can go directly to the app, or are they going to spend
directly
what is
to
it,
the
64
app.
cents?
Make them mail you a check.
No, what they do is they give you 25 cents off of 4 parks.
4 discounted parking sessions.
That's justice.
Incredible.
My information is being sold on the dark web, and I got $1. Now that's justice.
Thanks, Park Mobile.
Thanks.
That's why I say make them mail you a check. Make them waste postage.
Well, that's true. That's what they should have to do.
That seems to be the most popular app. I have that one on my phone.
Well, it's not popular. It's just that you told your wife to go in and get a table, and you're out there, whatever. There's this one that has it, but so far there is another thing if you walk around the garage that you can use your money for. You can use a card anyway. At least in the one that they wanted me to download an app. I don't want to download an app
so
to
old
park.
school.
I don't want to You're giving your information to everybody. I love all
We do that every
Hey, I
time.
got an AI girlfriend. No, you don't. You're giving your deepest, darkest secrets to the cloud. Do you understand that?
I know where you can park.
You know what you could do is, instead of paying and using one of those parking apps, just park illegally and then call the boot girls to come get you when if you get booted up.
All right.
The ATL boot girls will come save you.
They have big bottoms.
No, they literally.
The boot girls
that
are
would
here.
be great if they had that.
Don't they have that new thing on your windshield now? Not the boot?
I don't know. I don't
They have
know.
a thing I've seen
you
it
call
slapped
the
on a
boot
windshield and you can't
This
go
is why,
anywhere.
this is
They'll
why
take
I
off
don't.
the boot?
So what is this? They slap it on the
In
windshield?
direct conflict?
Have you seen this thing? It's a big yellow thing. It's like a boot, but they put it on your windshield so you can't drive anywhere.
Outrageous.
Sounds like vandalism.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about gold prices. The music's playing very fast. They're over $4,000. Is this the worst time ever to buy gold because it's already at $4,000?
So if you look at gold, I don't think so. I think that the worry around the world is that what's happened to the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar's actually fallen a lot this year. There's diversification in other currencies. And central banks, the feds of other countries, if you will, they're looking to diversify. And one of the things that they've been buying is gold.
And it's a bet against our economy, is it not?
It's a bet against...
I'm not saying that in a patriotic way. I'm saying, should we be looking at this going, gold's getting pretty high. That means people are losing faith in our dollar.
Ever so slightly.
Okay. Now, we got to go, Wes Moss.
It's great to be here, guys. Thank
you. You look fantastic, as usual.
Love you guys.
And have a great week. Alex Williams is checking the ride around 285.
On and off the brake pedal this afternoon, Eric, heading toward Doorville, 285 eastbound, the inner loop leaving Georgia 400. Crash moved off to the left. Shoulder on 285 southbound, the inner loop at Highway 78. You'll stay on and off the brakes, getting past I-20, exit number 46 there in DeKalb County as you work your way over to Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. How's 285 west and south getting around Truist Park looking, Andrew Seco?
You'll see the brake lights build as you leave the King and Queen building. 285 westbound jam leading Sandy Springs through Smyrna Vinings, and then on and off the brake pedal once again. 285 southbound getting you between Cobb Parkway down to I-20 exit 10. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Hey, I have got an exclusive money-saving $29 offer to keep your family safe and warm. Hey, it's Chris Chandler for TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. After my fall checkup, I have total peace of mind, and you can too. New TE certified customers pay just $29 for a fall checkup. But hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE certified, we love your home. EMC Security.
When an alarm goes off at your home, every second counts. With EMC Security's remote video monitoring, once your alarm is triggered, our team can instantly monitor cameras you give us access to, assess the situation, and send appropriate information to first responders. Get real peace of mind, whether you're home or away. Get a free quote on video monitoring today at emcsecurity.com.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
With a long legacy of helping people live well, HealthSpring knows Medicare. As your partner, HealthSpring is committed to empowering you every step of the way. From choosing your plan to making the most of your benefits, you'll find that with a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter. So put a spring in your step with a HealthSpring Medicare plan. Find out more at healthspring.com. HealthSpring products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Looking for your next great adventure? At Capital Investment Advisors, we know travel isn't just a vacation. It's a core pursuit that fuels happiness. In fact, research shows happy retirees pursue nearly twice as many adventure-related core pursuits as unhappy retirees. That's why we created 101 trips to take in retirement. A free guide with luxury escapes, wellness retreats, cultural immersions, and trips for the grandkids. Download your copy today at yourwealth.com/101trips.
A lot of us are looking at things to spruce up our homes, from tweaking or landscaping, a little bit of paint. But how's your roof looking? This is Scott Slade. A new roof can dramatically improve the look of your home. Lots of uncertainties in the economy right now. So my roofer, FGA Roofing, has put together an offer you should consider. They call it the 000 plan. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments for 12 months. With FGA Roofing, you can get a quote in just a few days and your roof installed in just a couple of weeks. And you can wait to pay until it fits your timeline. FGA Roofing specializes in slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, as well as architectural roofs. The experts at FGA Roofing can lay out all the options for you, whether your roof is aging out or you just want a designer upgrade for your home. Or both. FGA Roofing, where you'll get first-rate installation and quality service, always. Just search FGA Roofing to get started with a free quote today. That's FGA Roofing.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story: police investigating a shooting at a Waffle House on Chamblee-Dunwoody Road that sends a 16-year-old girl to the hospital and an Uber driver to jail. Sergeant Michael Cheek with Dunwoody Police says 5 teenage girls called the Uber for a ride early Sunday morning.
They all tried to get into the Uber, and the Uber driver basically told them, "Hey, I don't have enough room for all of you, nor do I have enough seat belts."
The driver says he was threatened and assaulted by one girl, causing him to fire shots.
Ultimately charged the driver who fired those shots with aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
The 16-year-old shooting victim is in critical but stable condition. It is 80 degrees in Atlanta. Will it stay dry for the next few days, or do we have some rain moving in? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. All new this half hour: a former Atlanta police officer is sentenced to 29 years in prison for the shooting death of a rideshare driver. Under a plea deal with prosecutors, Kobe Minor has a murder charge reduced to voluntary manslaughter. He resigned from his job after the killing of 35-year-old Reginald Folks in May of 2024. He had claimed he shot the driver when he wouldn't let him out, then reached toward him in the back seat. Folks was already on unpaid leave for a drug arrest earlier of that year when he was arrested for the shooting. A Union City police officer is fired following a review of the department's handling of a deadly dog attack in August. Donna Wynn died after she was mauled by a pack of dogs near her home. Her son Charles Ingram says news of the officer's firing only adds to the hurt.
There could have been a possibility, that she could still be here today with us. We don't know, that's something that God knows.
Police wouldn't provide details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. 2 social media trolls are facing federal charges after they are accused of posting threats targeting an ICE deportation officer in Georgia and his wife. The U.S. attorney in Atlanta accuses Frank Wazud of posting a video on Instagram identifying and displaying photographs of an ICE officer who works in North Georgia. Also, Anthony Patrick Noto is accused of posting a comment under the picture of the same deportation officer's wife, allegedly writing, "There's a pretty good target right there." A man's in custody in the murders of 2 siblings in DeKalb County.
DeKalb County police confirmed 25-year-old Stephen Christopher Mathis was arrested by Henry County police. He's now being held at the DeKalb County Jail on murder charges. Officers found a man and woman dead Monday night at the East Perimeter Point Apartments in Decatur. The DeKalb medical examiner confirms the victims were a brother and sister, 34-year-old Christopher Lewis and 32-year-old Brandy Lewis. Investigators believe the killings were domestic related. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Today marks 2 years since the October 7th attacks in Israel, and Ian Pannell reports talks aimed at negotiating a peace deal between Israel and Hamas are continuing.
Those talks are now into their second day. The Qatari foreign minister just speaking, saying they lasted 4 hours yesterday. Everyone feels that it's still on track, hoping a deal by the end of the week.
President Trump is optimistic about the chances of success. Censorship is so 1984. Read for your rights. That's the theme for National Banned Books Week.
Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, all some of the most challenged books in the country. Amanda Sanders works at the South Cobb Library branch and says those titles and others are in the spotlight in the American Library Association's Banned Books Week.
1984,
as well as The Handmaid's Tale, and even newer titles like Genderqueer.
The 1984 theme was chosen because of a surge in the number of book challenges. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple T traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Checking on reports of new trouble in DeKalb County. Bill, a stall in the left lane, I-20 eastbound past Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. Already slow there through the work zone as you head out to exit 71 Panola Road. The West Freeway, not too bad. We had all lanes blocked and reopened. 20 westbound at the downtown connector. Stall moved off to the right there. You stay on and off the brake pedal as you leave 285, the west side perimeter, for that ride out into Lithia Springs. Trouble heading into downtown and northwest Atlanta, Andrew Seco.
Hero just popped up here in the HOV lane on the jam cam. Already a second left lane blocked here. 75 South Halma Road, exit 252. Already mixing with the volume, jamming you back towards Smyrna Vinings. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly to mostly cloudy this evening. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Some areas of rain showers for the morning commute. Drying out tomorrow afternoon. Partly cloudy, high 83. Turning breezy and rather cool for Thursday with highs in the upper 60s.
Right now, 81 in Riverdale, 78 in Tuckers, it's 79 in Ackworth. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
I love companies who respect my time. NG Turf is a family-owned company that delivers fresh, locally grown sod on your time, including Saturdays and without any fees. Sod is harvested from their farms around Atlanta and delivered fresh on their own trucks direct to homeowners. ngturf.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Someone calls you to lay your bike down? Get the very best. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Having trouble getting in to see the doctor? Wait no longer. All Care is here. All Care is expert immediate care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs at 15 Atlanta area locations. And best of all, we are fully staffed and ready for you when you need us. Same-day appointments are available and walk-ins are welcomed. Or schedule an appointment at allcare-ga.com. Say goodbye to waiting to see the doctor and say hello to All Care, a proud member of the Piedmont Integrated Network Clinic.
At Butler Lexus of South Atlanta, you're their priority. From personalized service to luxury amenities, they make sure you feel valued every step of the way. Buying or servicing, your experience matters. Call 800-NEW-LEXUS. Butler Lexus South Atlanta, the standard of amazing.
All right, there's a showdown going on in line between Marjorie Taylor Greene and our own Eric Erickson. It's on. I thought they were friends. She's kind of stepping away from a lot of things. By the way, the issue underneath we will not be discussing because, as I've told my audience many times, when there's an issue where you're not allowed to have a 360-degree nuanced conversation because for some reason the country just decides you can't, Von Hessler doctrine doesn't really get involved all that much.
I didn't know she hated apple tartlets.
Well, apparently she does.
Big deal.
Y'all, my constituents don't.
She's also positioning herself for some kind of future run. I think that she's trying to make herself
Maybe she
look like an
cares
individual.
about Americans.
I think she's aligned more with Massey than caring about the future.
You know who Marjorie Taylor Greene? I thought of this. Where did I put it in my notes? Marjorie Taylor Greene is to Democrats and progressives as Bill Maher is to Republicans. Meaning, for the most part, on most everything, they can't stand the person. But a couple of times a year, Bill Maher will say something that Republican, and like for one day a year, or one day at a time, or 2 days at a time, Bill Maher is
And Fetterman too for them.
Well, no, but I mean, Maher is he's popular on Fox News for
for a
like
day.
for a day or two, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is now this to Democrats and progressives. Like they can't stand her, but like once or twice a year she says something that like on an MSNBC panel they go, oh yeah. By the way,
and they hate giving her praise. Like, well,
by
this
the way,
time.
For a MAGA should really kind of perk up at this. I was watching a YouTube video, and they showed an Arkansas soybean farmer on MSNBC complaining about Trump's policies. That might be something that a little bit of a. I know you don't like woke, but it doesn't mean you can't wake up a little bit to what's going on. And I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is probably still popular with that Arkansas soybean farmer. And so no one really understands what the administration's trying to do. Maybe we'll all look back in 4 years and go, oh my gosh, that was a crazy grand plan and nobody thought it would work. And
4 million D chess.
Yes,
yeah, seriously.
4 million D chess. That's what he's playing.
It takes a while.
It does take a while, I suppose. There's a chance, but anybody tries to tell you that they really understand the rationale behind this, other than like just somebody who voted for him going, yeah, he's doing it, whatever, But there's no rash, like this soybean thing. I don't care. You could be the most dyed-in-the-wool MAGA person ever. You cannot explain your way out of the soybean situation. It's not possible.
When you read through that, the soybean situation at least, and a couple of other things going on, it just makes you feel like we're in some kind of alternate universe.
It's uncanny valley. You know how you hear? I was just talking with Wes Moss on the way out about this. Uncanny valley is a concept usually applied to technology.
Oh, I thought it was up in the North Georgia mountains.
Well, it's next to Blue Ridge.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Uncanny valley is like when you're looking at AI, even if it's good AI, there's that thing where you go, it does look real, but
you can tell.
The shiny faces and the big eyes and whatever, and that puts you in what's called uncanny valley. You recognize it, but it's not, and that's kind of what this country has just become all the way around now to me. It feels like, it kind of looks like America, but something's a little bit off. Not quite what would be reality of the real America. That's to me, it's uncanny America. That's what we're in right now. And maybe I'm just an idiot.
You made a point off air earlier as to why it sort of seems like that when it started. Was it 2012?
Yes. I've drilled down on this, and I think, I'm not the only person, obviously, who has recognized this. But in order to turn around a lot of what's happening with our country, the corporations taking over, private equity groups, everybody, we got to go back or go forward, and we're going to have to amend the Constitution. Because I don't know why Citizens United, I don't know why the Supreme Court said Citizens United was a good thing and that, corporations should spend all of this money on politicians and political issues. And it may be that they found something, I'll give the Supreme Court the benefit of the doubt. Maybe just the Constitution as written says that this, and, a judge is supposed to just go by not what they want, right? But if that is true, we need an amendment to the Constitution. I think it's one we could actually get if it's a matter of getting rid of Citizens United, because if you look at it, you could graph it to where this separation just went into overdrive, where between, the 1% and the 99%, and you and I don't stand a chance. We can't lobby. We don't have any money. We can't tell politicians that we can help them if they help us. And all this money from corporations, that's all that happens all the time, lobbying. I can't go to a politician and say, I'll make sure we're going to bundle enough money to get your ass back into office or something like that. We can't do that. We don't have the leverage for that as people who give to campaigns. But, I would say it's causation, not correlation. You can look at it and see that this huge gap where the corporations just own everything, do whatever the hell they want, all of that, a lot of it starts right there with, I think, was it 2010? I think Citizens United went through 2010, 2012, somewhere in there.
2010.
And it was Mitt Romney who said money is speech.
Money is free speech,
And I
my
believe,
friend.
and you know what? Here's the thing. I was like, yeah, it made sense to me. It made sense to my libertarian brain. But I'm not going to keep on walking through the devastation of my ideology and just keep on like, it's everything. No, my ideology says that this is, this has been devastating. The average taxpayer should have some leverage over the politician, over the government. And we have none right now. And corporate, private, Blackstone, how are you going to compete with them for your politicians' attention? What can you do for your politician?
I can send a strongly worded email.
Yes, you can. And he'll listen to that and push she and push the BlackRock money away and not get elected. And they know that.
But they were able to shut down a website like Backpage or Craigslist, things like that back in the day. Not shut it down, but tell them what they can do.
Right.
And
I don't know if I'm following you on this.
Follow me on it real quick, because there were things on there that were bad, and we can all agree that they were bad.
Like prostitution.
Prostitution and stuff. But there are also free marketplaces for people to trade and meet up and do things. And they were pushed aside, and now you have an app for every single thing on there that you got to pay for.
Right, but was that as a result of corporate lobbying? Was that as a result of?
Yes.
Or okay, all right. It's just the reason that things are just completely tilted toward the already wealthy. Who's going to gain from all this AI stuff? We're going to have to pay the electric bills. We're going to have to. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. I lived through the 70s. That was before the 80s, which was before the 90s. I never once saw anybody, and there was no technology guy getting on TV saying that the people had to pay to create the internet. Citizens have to pay for the infrastructure so we can create this thing called the internet. Now, obviously, it came out of the military, so our tax-paying money was there in the very root of it. But these data centers, it's unbelievable. And then the amount of electricity that they're going to be taking means that the power companies have to invest more. And how do they pay for that? Your bills go up. So we have to pay for all of this. And ultimately, who's going to reap the reward? The people who are already super wealthy. The Peter Thiels, the Elon Musk, all of them. Now it's 40% of the growth of the economy. There are many economists who say that we would be in a recession right now if not for AI and all the investments that's going on.
I think we're already in a quiet recession.
That's what I'm saying is we would be in a full recession. The only thing that's keeping us out of it is all this construction going on of data centers, and that's not going to last forever.
The crux or the main question in brief of Citizens United is, can the government ban corporations and unions from spending their own money on political communications? And McCain-Feingold said yes, and the Supreme Court said no, you can't do that.
Right, exactly, which tilted the power completely with those who already had power got more power. It's a small document, ladies and gentlemen. If you have anything above a 6th grade education, you will be able to go through it quite well. And you can do it in, I would say, about 25 minutes. Just sit down and read the Constitution of the United States and the amendments, particularly the first 10, the Bill of Rights. And tell me if there's anything in there that your country now reflects, or how much in there is what the founders thought this country should. Do you think the founders wanted a presidency where people in that administration were afraid of the president and everyone else in industry was afraid to upset the president? Go read your Constitution, and you tell me whether or not that was the idea. Checks and balances were based on the founders' belief that politicians were corrupt and had to be checked at all times. It was supposed to be hard to get things done as president. Understand that. Understand that the founders wanted it to be hard to get things done as president. Now, if you're for what's going on now, you're anti-founder, so don't come on me with all this patriotism nonsense. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 75 in northwest Atlanta.
And some better news, that crash, they held all lanes for quite a few minutes here, Eric, but they were able to get it off to the right. All lanes are now back open. 75 South, Northside Drive, exit 252. Still watching some brake lights leaving West Paces Ferry, but those delays heading toward Midtown will start to improve. You jam up in Midtown, though, for the ride down to I-20. And some braking trouble, 75 North, leaving northwest Atlanta in Cobb, Andrew Seco.
Watching a vehicle fire burning bright off to the shoulder, hook and ladder in the right lanes of the Jam Cam 75 north, right at 285, exit 259. Already seeing those brake lights filling in, jamming even more as we speak. You may want to start considering Highway 41. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
Oh, that is awesome.
Are you serious? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 5 p.m. from 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
Properties come in all shapes and sizes, and so do foundation repairs. Mark Beckham here. It could be new construction, a big house, a small house, or your commercial property. Anyway, you need the leaders in foundation repair to handle it. Get your free estimate at atlantaramjack.com.
October is here, and this is a perfect month for home comfort. Dave Baker for Coolray Heating and Cooling. See, in October, it'll still get plenty warm during the day, but it will get cool at night. So with the purchase of a complete Carrier system, Coolray's offering up to $2,250 back in rebates and free installation. That's heat, cool, and free installation. Get a jump start on keeping your home comfortable. Book your appointment online today at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Darker commutes, wet leaves, slick roads. It's a messy mix, and autumn accidents are certain. Hey, it's Smiling Mark McKay. If you get hurt in a wreck, don't go it alone. The Strong Arm, John Foy and Associates, will fight to get what you deserve with zero upfront costs.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual Imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's right,
of course.
yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless. And that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
If you're seeing dust on the baseboards, it's time to call Zerorez Air Duct Cleaning. Mention WSB to get $50 off your next cleaning. Use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZeroRezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
This is Wes Moss from Money Matters. You know, retirement is a lot like football. The best teams don't just show up on game day. They've got great coaches and a smart game plan. Without one, things go off the rails quickly. At Capital Investment Advisors, we would act as your retirement coach, building both the big picture strategy and the detailed plays that aim to help you score the retirement you want. Don't go into retirement with a bad playbook. Visit us at yourwealth.com. That's YOURwealth.com.
Are you tired of painting your home every 3 to 5 years? Get peace of mind for 25 years with Rhino Shield.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Get a free estimate at rhinoshieldga.com.
Does Taylor Swift know that Ophelia's boyfriend killed her father?
I don't think that was addressed in
At
that
the
Christmas tree farm.
Oh, no, I'm saying yes.
Oh.
No, not, I'm saying, so she's, I think the song, the Taylor Swift song, I watched the video. It's a good
That's
video.
Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah. So I think what it means is without Travis Kelce coming into her life, she would have the fate of Ophelia, right?
That's how I interpret
Ophelia
it.
took her own life.
I feel you.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But also in that play, Hamlet, before that, Hamlet accidentally kills her father, thinking it was, I believe, the king. It's been a while.
Is that irony?
What's irony?
Is that irony?
From Taylor Swift?
No, from the story.
From Shakespeare?
Mm-hmm.
No, because she knew. She found out, and that was the whole thing, was she still stayed with him because the mother condemned her for doing it, I believe. It's been a long time. Don't hold my feet to the fire on this. It's been a long time.
I wonder who Gertrude is in that video.
One of the showgirls, Have you seen the video?
I have.
It's a pretty well done video.
I thought it was good.
I thought the song was okay.
My whole
but-
thing is, since everybody's going one direction, saying that the album sucks, it's terrible.
You're
I'm
going to
like,
go there and say it's great.
I'm not going to say it's great, but I'll certainly listen to it. And I'm like, why is everybody consistently saying that it's bad?
Well, maybe it's not that good. What they're saying is that her lyrics are not that great.
What I'm
It's
frustrated
got like
with,
a pop sensibility, but the lyrics aren't that great. And when it comes to modern music, I trust this Anthony Fantano on YouTube.
Okay.
He seems to understand all of it. And he basically, his review was kind of like the first 4 songs were really good, and then it just kind of steadily devolves from there. And sometimes she kind of moans and complains. It's like, she calls her, like, this is a weird thing about Taylor Swift, is she always sees herself as some sort of, like she's being oppressed or something, when she's a multi-billionaire.
It's just
it's kind of hard to bitch about these things. When you're 36 years old, you're a multi-billionaire.
most famous musician in the world. And I think for people that are frustrated with her lyrics and stuff, they don't realize that she has to bring in new fans. And younger fans are more prone to like the language that she's using now.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know.
I think they're on the Addison Rae train. She seems to be eclipsing.
Is
Taylor
Addison
Swift.
Rae the one that they say that Taylor Swift is so?
No, it's Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, which after seeing Lana Del Rey and Taylor Swift live, both, I'm like
6'7" to me.
6'7". See, we're hip kids. Alex Williams says there's a car fire on. I saw one of these the other day. I didn't even know cars could catch on fire anymore. There's a car fire on 75 near Truist Park.
Yeah, I got to keep that maintenance going so these things don't happen, Eric. We're seeing 2 right lanes knocked out here. 75 northbound in Cobb County, right at I-285, exit number 259, and delays already pretty stout back toward Mount Perrin Road. That means using Highway 41, Cobb Parkway, which is starts as Northside Drive, Northside Parkway. That's going to be your best alternate around that. Once you get past it, 75 northbound, stay sluggish between Marietta and Kennesaw. 575 northbound, some scattered brake lights from Chastain Road up to Highway 92 in Woodstock. Taking a look at the ride on the south side near the airport, it's Andrew Seco.
No fires to be found, but we do have a couple extra brake lights. 285 east of the outer loop, getting you by I-75. Had some trouble off to the shoulder. Looks like fire department's still hanging out there in the right lane before Jonesboro Road, exit 55. Elsewhere, just a little bit of volume, 75 north and southbound between Stockbridge and McDonough. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Love your home minute from TE Certified. Hi, it's Chris Chandler with Josh, the local owner of TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You know Josh. That's him you see jumping out of the back of their trucks. Josh, welcome back. Tell me something unique you've had at your home that's not top of mind for maybe the rest of us.
It's my whole home generator. This is one of my favorite things. I forget I have it until the power goes out, and then all of a sudden I have internet, I have TV, I have a refrigerator, I can open my garage door, my pool pump runs, I have heat in the winter, I have cooling during the summer. We've put in tons of these for people that have medical equipment, they have refrigerators, they have freezers, they have aquariums, they have pools, even people with wine chillers. But most importantly, we put them in for people who don't want to be in the dark when the power goes out.
We've had every kind of weather this past few months, and in the newsroom, we know the biggest problem here when this happens is the power outages.
Your power goes out and you lose everything.
Great insights, Josh. I just added a whole home generator to my wish list.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Attention men, does ED and PE have you down? Well, great news. Choice Men's Health has the latest breakthrough treatments that can get you up and running. Meet the specialist who is dedicated to helping you perform better than ever in the bedroom.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Our custom treatment plans have a 98% success rate at improving ED and PE on your very first visit, even if Viagra and Cialis have failed. Regardless of your age and medical history, we are here and dedicated to help you regain your love life.
Don't wait. Call Choice Men's Health now. We are so confident we can help. For a limited time, we're offering to cover your first treatment for free. Call 404-400-1170. Call now to claim your free treatment. 404-400-1170. Results guaranteed on your first visit or it's free. 404-400-1170. Choice Men's Health, the only choice for your health.
If your home smells musty and moldy, don't wait. Moisture and mold not only produce that old home smell, it can even weaken your home's foundation. At American Crawl Space Solutions, we stop the problem at its source. From encapsulation and waterproofing to mold remediation and foundation repair, we give you the right solution without high-pressure sales tactics. Get peace of mind with American Crawl Space Solutions, your best value in crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. 2 social media trolls are facing federal charges over threats to an ICE officer in Georgia and his wife.
A federal grand jury has charged 2 men with transmitting threats against an ICE officer who lives in North Georgia. The U.S. attorney in Atlanta says Frank Andrew Wazut is believed to have posted a video on Instagram that identified the agent, adding the words, "Catch him when he's alone." A second man is accused of posting a comment under the picture of the officer's wife saying, "Anybody want to test the sights on their new AR?" The U.S. attorney calls these threats illegal and disgusting. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
79 degrees in Atlanta. When do rain showers roll through, and what day does it turn much cooler? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A police officer is out of a job following an investigation into a deadly dog attack in Fulton County.
Union City Police confirm that an officer has been fired for mishandling the investigation into the death of 62-year-old Donna Wynn, who was mauled to death by 5 dogs near her home in August. Her son Charles Ingram believes his mother was failed at every level.
The main thing that bothers me about the situation is my mother didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves to be mauled like that.
Police say the internal investigation remains open, and so does the investigation into Wynn's death. Ingram says they plan to pursue legal action. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A teenage girl is in critical condition after a shooting outside a Dunwoody Waffle House.
Police say 5 girls were leaving the restaurant, called for a ride, but when he arrived, the Uber driver, 38-year-old Meredith Grundy, said he did not have room in his vehicle for the group. Grundy says the girls then got angry and one threatened him and even hit him. He fired shots at that girl, striking her several times. Dunwoody Police Sergeant Michael Cheek says the girls deny those claims and police took Grundy into custody.
Ultimately charged the driver who fired those shots with aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
He's in the DeKalb County Jail. The teenager is in critical but stable condition. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
A detention officer is in the hospital after the latest violence at the troubled Fulton County Jail. The sheriff's office says the jailer was stabbed by an inmate using a shank. The officer is expected to make a full recovery. The inmate is facing charges. MARTA police investigating after a body is found today in a vehicle at the Brookhaven station. A police spokesperson says it's too soon to say a foul play is suspected. We are working to learn the person's identity and how they died. Hands off our kids. Operation Hook leads to the arrest of 11 people on charges related to human trafficking and child sexual exploitation in North Georgia. The GBI's Brian Johnston says this is a major problem in the state.
In Georgia, this year so far, we have received 38,000 cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Multiple agencies, including the Bartow and Forsyth County Sheriff's Departments, are among those teaming up in Operation Hook. The FAA says it's dealing with an increase in sick calls in some parts of the country from air traffic controllers as the government shutdown drags on. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has asked today what his message is to concerned travelers.
We take the appropriate action necessary to make sure our skies are safe.
He says if there are shortages of controllers, they may have to reduce reduce the number of landings and takeoffs, which could lead to more delays and cancellations. AI is carving out a larger role at businesses here in Atlanta.
Atlanta Federal Reserve President Raphael Bostic told an event in Nashville, Tennessee, that an increasing number of businesses in his district are using artificial intelligence to complement their current workforces. But he added that companies are jumping on opportunities to replace employees with AI.
Money reporter Jason Brooks says outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas reported this month 7,000 jobs were cut in September due to AI. The city of Woodstock is taking part in National Night Out, an annual event aimed at promoting police-community partnerships. Audrey Jones with Woodstock Police says the event begins at 5 and ends at 8 tonight in downtown Woodstock.
We want families to come out. It's a festival-style environment, so it's great for the whole family.
She says events like this help build trust between neighbors and law enforcement. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues up into Cobb County out of northwest Atlanta. Bill, car fire cleanup. The car fire's been doused, but they're still in 2 right lanes. 75 northbound at I-285 exit 259. You're jammed up from West Paces Ferry. Take that. Highway 41 is your alternate. That'll get you up past Truist Park and those big delays. If you're traveling 75 southbound, it's a little bunched up. Just moderate volume out of Marietta, trying to get down to I-285 and still seeing that slow zone through Sandy Springs, 400 northbound leaving 285 up to the North Springs MARTA station. How's the ride looking through the heart of the city, Andrew Seco?
Got a lot of brake lights right now, Alex. No crashes or stalls, just the car in front of you. 75, 85 north and southbound, always slow between East Point all the way through Midtown. Between 17th Street down towards I-20, about 25 extra minutes to drive time either direction. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy for this evening, mainly dry for the ride home. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Rain showers will roll through for the Wednesday morning commute, drying out Wednesday afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 83. A cold front will sweep through early Thursday morning, so temperatures will stay in the upper 60s by Thursday afternoon. Friday morning low 54, partly cloudy skies for Friday afternoon, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Saturday mostly sunny, high 76.
78 in Sandy Springs, 80 in Sewanee, also 80 in Peachtree City. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with this hour's keyword in the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is joy. 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 Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win $1,000. Again, that keyword is Joy. Joy.
Joy to the world.
That's singing. That's not really a sentence. I would say if you win the $1,000, you will be jumping for joy. And then she'll leave, as the old joke goes. Way too old for you, George Clark. I don't know if you ever heard that joke.
I have not.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was jumping
just
for
dying laughing.
Everybody was jumping for joy, and then Joy left. Right. So, it was, hey, I was in like 5th grade. Don't judge me. Hey, 5th grade, that's not a bad joke.
No.
Know your audience.
That must
It
have
was
got
slightly
stuck in
naughty, in 5th grade. That's a slightly naughty joke.
74, 75.
When I was in 5th grade,
Mhm.
I was in 5th grade, yeah, right around there. Okay. Sure, absolutely. Now, we held me out for a year because we were opposed to busing in Memphis, Tennessee.
You and Joe Biden.
Me and Joe Biden. So
you guys rode the same bus.
I was out a year. I was out not a whole year, but then we went to something called CAB school. It was Citizens Against Busing, and basically it was in a church. And
so does cab?
Yeah, and my parents, who were against busing, soon found out that there was a little more going on. I remember one time I asked my mom when she was visiting, because this thing always stuck with me, and I have mentioned this on the show like years ago, but there was, you know how when you're a kid you have those days, like you go over to somebody's house, you don't really know them, and you're there like for the whole day. Your parents are dealing with their parents and they're having their fun, and then you meet the kids and what's going, and for like one day of your life you're in this different neighborhood with these different kids, but you're at the age, I would have been 9 years old at this time, 9 or 10. And you're at the age where one day can seem like a week. And it's like so many things can happen. Like you show up at noon and you leave at 9 o'clock at night. And within that period of time, you meet the kids. Somewhere around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, somebody becomes your girlfriend. And then by 6:30, you break up. And then like it was one of those days, like where everything is. And it always stuck in my mind because we never went back. I never saw these kids again. And
It's like the years 7 through 11. I feel like those are the years where that
a
happens.
day will take just forever.
I remember those days.
And we never went back and saw those kids again. And probably, back in like the 2000s, I asked my mom, what was that all about? And so it was that they were meeting up with other parents from the Citizens Against Busing thing. And they found out that it wasn't just busing in general, but they kind of didn't like a certain type of people. And
Were they handing out hoods?
But I don't know if it went that far,
Okay.
but it was while I was off during that day having a really good time, apparently my parents were feeling very uncomfortable with the adults. And we never went back. But when I went back to school, I still ended up missing a full year because they didn't recognize the time that I had put in the Citizens Against Busing. My mother would come in and help the English teacher, and I don't know what my parents were thinking. I mean, we were in a Baptist church in Memphis, Tennessee in 1973, and she was going to help the science teacher one time, and she brought in a book on evolution.
Oh, boy.
Not smart. I mean, I'm not saying evolution isn't smart. I'm saying know the room.
Know your audience.
Yeah.
Like Bill Crane does.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
He's been waiting
I
on
didn't
hold.
realize.
Sorry,
I'm
Bill.
sorry. Bill Crane, I'm an idiot. I apologize. We're supposed to.
It's only a third of my time.
Okay, it's we are supposed to drain your brain, and
We'll keep you long, Bill, if you can hang.
this is. Oh, look, this guy's the new host of the show. He's deciding how
Look,
things are going to happen.
I'm trying to mend
Like,
fences
for
here.
heaven's sakes.
I didn't want to interrupt your story.
Bill Crane would never hold it against me that I'm a little bit verbose before he comes on. What was the local political story you wanted to hit here, Bill? Jared Yamamoto.
There were a couple. There are 2 Georgia Republicans aiming to unseat Senator Ossoff, and each of them have raised nearly $2 million, right? There, Bill Crane?
Yes. $2.9 million from Congressman Mike Collins and just over $2 million as well from Derek Dooley. I think $2.4 million is his number in the most recent reporting, which is pretty significant. Derek Dooley's only been in the race for 57 days. Mike Collins a little bit better, but also Mike Collins had a bit of a head start in that he's a member of Congress. So there's a certain amount of donor base that's already established from having been serving on the Hill.
Is Ossoff vulnerable?
I don't think, well, and the story did point out he's outraised both of them substantially. He is an incumbent. He is vulnerable, but I still think right now with a contested GOP primary with 3 viable, financed, reasonably well-positioned opponents, he looks better for re-election than he did 3 months ago. That can change. We're a year away from the election, and that's a lifetime in politics, but he is not. I would not say he is no longer the most vulnerable Democrat in the U.S. Senate.
I don't endorse people or anybody or anything. I mean, I don't vote anymore. That's the way that I am. So I just call them as I see them.
We got to get you around that. I mean, if you can spend a day talking about the basement and not busing, we got to get you back on that voting bandwagon eventually.
Oh yeah. Well, if I ever see
project.
if a politician ever actually asks for my vote, maybe they'll wake me up and I'll do it. But as long as they're busy doing the things that I'm not interested in their power. I'm not interested in that. So if they talk to me and ask me for my vote sometime, perhaps they will get me back in there. But I will say this: I expected Ossoff to be a complete and total disaster as a senator, and it's pretty obvious that hasn't happened. I think maybe because I don't see him as any kind of grand visionary, and I'm sure he votes for the party almost all the time without thinking. But my sense is that he's been smart in his constituent work and has paid attention to people who have grievances and things like that. That's my sense. I don't know. Is that
I would say his strengths are constituent services, particularly with veterans and people that are retiring, getting into Social Security and Medicare and having a staff that understands that and works for them. I know several of his senior staffers, some of whom used to work for Congressman David Scott, and they run a tight ship. Where I think he's made himself somewhat vulnerable, whether we're talking about, say, how the war in Israel has been prosecuted, he happens to be Jewish, or how we expand Medicare in Georgia as an example. What he says with a centrist, nonpartisan audience, or in some of his direct mail pieces aimed at that fundraising base, versus what he says when he's in D.C., in the Senate or speaking to a more progressive group, or direct mail to a more progressive group, there's this not insignificant dichotomy. And so it's cost him some support in the Jewish community. It's cost him some support in the more blue dog, old school Democrats of Georgia. He is a progressive. He's trying to work across the aisle. He's trying to present as centrist. And so he's doing some of the right things, but at the same time, in an internet age, you can't be saying two different things on the same issue and not get caught doing that. And I think that's that will come back to bite him in campaign ads and things that will come later.
If you try to please everybody, you please no one kind of thing. Jared
Correct.
just gave me a note that said there's a connection to the government shutdown with Ossoff.
Yeah, because apparently he could be swayed over to the Republican side is what I'm seeing, Bill, right? Is because right now with him, with all the TSA slowdowns at Hartsfield-Jackson being the busiest airport in the world, I mean, there's a lot of pressure being put on him to open up the government and make sure these TSA agents get paid, right, Bill?
Well, there's that, and also his primary issue with the Trump administration has been the cuts to the healthcare budget, and the Democrats want about $1.5 trillion in new spending, but most of it would extend the subsidies that those of us who are insured through the Affordable Care Act get against our premiums based on our income. I'm one of those people, and they are being eliminated in calendar year 2026. The Democrats want to extend that. The president didn't put out an olive branch today, but he said he was willing to have a talk about that. Not the entire extension they're asking for, not replacing the money that didn't get into the big, beautiful bill, but he needs 5 more Democratic votes. He's picked up commitments from 3 that they want to reopen the government. He needs 5 more in the Senate without having to basically relitigate it on the House side, where they've actually lost 3 votes. If they had to take it back to change the bill and alter it, they had to go back to the House for another vote.
Well,
so Ossoff is one of those 5 who's believed to be receptive if the White House makes some pretty significant concessions on healthcare spending.
Well, maybe if the Americans who can't pay their health bills would get a haircut like the president of Argentina, the president would care about them, give them some money. Who knows? Alex Williams is watching the car fire cleanup on 75 North in Cobb.
Yeah, travel advisory continues here, Eric. The fire is out, but they're still cleaning up this mess here. Tow truck just arriving on the scene. 2 right lanes blocked. 75 northbound at I-285. I-285 exit 259. You're slow back to Moores Mill Road. Northside Drive, Northside Parkway, which is Highway 41. I'll take you up past Truist Park and get you around that. Also in Cobb County, heads up for a crash working at the intersection of Mableton Parkway and Old Alabama Road. Looks like a left lane blocked in both directions there. Had some trouble, but now we have better news on 400 in Alpharetta, Andrew Seco.
Only getting by in a right lane for a while here, Alex. 400 northbound Windward Parkway, exit 11. Just watched it start clear into the shoulder. All lanes reopening, but they're hanging out in a right lane just to make sure everything is out of all lanes. This sports sponsored by Callaway Resort and Gardens. Get away this fall to Pumpkins at Callaway, glowing with day-to-night fun happening now through November 1st. Book your stay today at CallawayGardens.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it.
You can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Stalled Big Rig 285 southbound the outer loop at 166.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
Here you slow just east of Georgia 400.
Atlanta's most up-to-date traffic reports from local and trustworthy people.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Hey folks, Dave Baker here with a quick tip. When it comes to garage doors, longevity matters. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta has been serving Atlanta homeowners since 1935. That's 90 years of doing it right, day after day, door after door. Sure, new companies pop up claiming to be number one, but for real trust and experience, there's only one original overhead door, the one with the red ribbon on the trucks. Longevity matters. Quality matters. Call 404-USA-DOOR or visit overheaddooratlanta.com.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in, we'll work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a trick knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics. With leading care in Georgia at convenient locations all across the state, we're here to get you back on your feet, no matter what comes your way. Because Georgia moves us, and we keep Georgia moving. Find a provider near you at northside.com/ortho. That's northside.com/ORTHO.
With thousands of 5-star reviews, it's no wonder CertaPro Painters is Greater Atlanta's most preferred painting company. Hear from one of their happy customers.
We wanted to add some color to our walls, so we hired CertaPro. We had built-in shelves that were supposed to be ready to paint when they got there, which they were not. CertaPro spent hours caulking and sanding to make sure the job was done right. It's rare to find a crew with integrity who really take pride in their work.
When choosing a painting professional, choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Bugs are everywhere. You need a pest control company that protects the outside and inside of your home. That's Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Once again, this hour's keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz is JOY, joy. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win $1,000. It's a kind of a macro kind of question here, an overall. I'm looking at stuff, when you see these scenes from Portland and some of them Chicago and the strife between the federal government and local governments and some residents. What's interesting is that, Trump's numbers aren't really moving. He's not gaining, but he's also not losing. He's still at about like 42% or so, which is kind of where a lot of presidents have been, in the last 25, 30 years. So, but it kind of, it just looks very, very, it just doesn't look like America to me. And I'm feeling like I'm out of it because I look at, there doesn't seem to be any repercussions for the politicians. So, I don't know, Bill Crane, we're draining your brain. Is this just the new America, just the way it's going to be?
I don't think it's permanent, but we have definitely weaponized anger, fear, resentment. And I'm not putting this all on one party or one president.
Oh, it's all of them. This is the result of many years.
Yeah, and because negative ads, comparative ads, as the consultants would like to call them, work. You get people feared, fearful of their economic stability. You get them believing we may be at war. You get them believing terrorists are going to attack the country, which is why law and order campaigns always tend to be so successful for a lot of GOP candidates. And the response typically is you push away some voters and they sit it out, but you activate another group of voters, and you poll and you demonstrate, you test messaging to see what's most effective. Trump is really trying to extend the executive branch's reach and power in any number of different directions, all at the same time. And I will say, even beyond what he attempted in his first term, the velocity at which he and his administration are running at all these things, it's difficult to keep up with. It's difficult to figure out which battle you're going to fight. And so on the other political aisle, there's nothing but, resentment. There's no real drive to work with the administration. There's no real effort to, even though both of them talked about at the end of the election, reconcile and bring the country back together again. And so I'm not blaming Trump alone, but at least for the remainder of this term and his time in Washington as president of the United States, I think we're going to see a nation that takes a page from DC's playbook, exacerbated by social media and, folks arguing with their neighbors over something that neither of them can have any way of doing anything about.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, for me, I'm not usually a person who reacts to optics, but I don't like seeing snipers on buildings with. Now, I don't know what's in these guns. They could be pepper. I don't know what they look menacing.
Bullets, but I don't like seeing ICE workers spritzing a priest. I mean, it's just. Yeah, we should not be at war with our own people.
That's correct.
And I was with the generals last week who sat in stony silence when Secretary of Defense or Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the president essentially said, we're going to turn the clock back to the 1990s and run the war and the Defense Department that way. And there was not even polite applause. I'm not saying there aren't some things that need to be corrected and ships tightened, and we should have the most effective soldiers in, not only in the field of war, but gathering intelligence and have the ability to do so. But that doesn't mean everything gets set back to the Reagan era.
Yeah, and I think it's even more like during Hegseth's speech, I just felt like there's a lot of pettiness there. There are some things I agree with. I think we should have, every soldier we need the best soldiers in the world, and we need to not, and we want them to be proud and be part of a tradition, a noble tradition. I don't disagree with that at all. But there's always like these petty, Fox Newsy kind of like no matter what you think about trans, there was no reason for Pete Hegseth to go after and have snarky remarks about trans. It doesn't seem noble to me. And I disagree with my country an awful lot. But for me, I think this is what it must feel like to live in Turkey a little bit. He's starting to remind me of like Erdogan. You know what I mean? We got
one of his political heroes.
It's like it. I don't want to give in to what other people, to the talking points from the left or whatever, but we may be experiencing what it is like to live in an autocracy, where as long as you keep your head down and you go about your business, it's kind of the same. Everything seems all right. It's just that sometimes you look up and people that
you're being jailed. No, I don't think we're going to go that far.
No.
I do think. Yeah, I think this president is going to take advantage of this shutdown, further extend the executive branch's ability to terminate employees, go after agencies that we know have Democratic constituencies, things that we have not seen done before that I'm not sure are good for the country.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I wake up one day and I'm going to jail. I'm saying is then you look on TV and you see other citizens down on the ground being, and all that, and pepper spray, and I don't know. It just maybe it is new and I'm just an old idiot. But it doesn't seem. It doesn't. Hold on.
Vietnam War era,
yeah,
and I do remember some of those images being similar.
But that was over one issue. That was. We'll have to talk more about it.
Watergate and other things.
Oh no, we got to go. You and I are talking past this music, and everybody's
good tease right here. Good tease.
Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 North in Cobb.
Yeah, we're trying to make progress with this, Eric. Excuse me. They're trying to clean up this car fire. Everything's been doused. They're putting it on a tow truck right now, but 2 right lanes are blocked nonetheless, adjacent to Truist Park in Cobb. I-75 northbound at I-285 exit 259. You're stacked up from Moores Mill Road. Northside Drive, Northside Parkway, which is also Highway 41, will take you north and past Truist Park to get you around that. Elsewhere, if you're traveling 75 southbound. And you're seeing the delays in Cobb as well near Truist Park. Right lane's bunched up trying to get down to I-285. Checking the rest of the ride to the northern suburbs with the help of Andrew Seco.
Still looking a little slow getting into Alpharetta. The crash still blocking a right lane forward or northbound Windward Parkway, exit 11. That back door taking you towards Holcomb Bridge Road. 85 northbound. You can count on the brake lights this point in the afternoon. There they are. As you leave 285 on and off the brake pedal into Norcross, again as you get into Duluth. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Nothing warms your home like natural light.
It's time to brighten yours. Add more daylight and bigger views with Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass Windows.
Hi, it's Jonathan and Ted from North Georgia Replacement Windows.
Our windows come with narrow frames giving you more light. Experience the Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass difference at your home or in our new Alpharetta showroom.
Window and door shopping made simple.
0% interest available.
Infinity from Marvin Replacement Windows, yeah!
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top local story, a Union City police officer is fired following a deadly mauling in August. 62-year-old Donna Wynn died after she was mauled by a pack of dogs near her home. Her son, Charles Ingram, says his family wants accountability.
We just want justice. I mean, somebody needs to be held responsible, for the situation.
Police wouldn't provide details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. It is 81 degrees in Atlanta. When does rain arrive, and how much of does a cold front bring down our temperatures? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A former Atlanta police officer gets nearly 3 decades in prison for the shooting death of a rideshare driver. Under a plea deal with prosecutors, Kobe Minor has a murder charge reduced to voluntary manslaughter. He resigned from his job after the killing of 35-year-old Reginald Folks in May of 2024. He had claimed he shot the driver when he wouldn't let him out, then reached toward him in the back seat. Minor was already on unpaid leave for a drug arrest earlier that year when he was arrested for the shooting. A double murder suspect is now behind bars in DeKalb County after he's accused of killing a brother and sister.
DeKalb police say the investigation began after officers found a man and a woman dead Monday night at the East Perimeter Point Apartments in Decatur. The DeKalb medical examiner has now identified the victims as a brother and sister, 34-year-old Christopher Lewis and 32-year-old Brandy Lewis. Hours later, 25-year-old Stephen Christopher Mathis was taken into custody by Henry County Police. Police say they believe this is a case involving domestic violence. Mathis is now in the DeKalb County Jail on murder charges. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
2 men from out of state face federal charges for allegedly using social media to threaten an ICE officer in Georgia and his wife. The U.S. Attorney in Atlanta accuses Frank Andrew Wazut of posting a video on Instagram identifying the officer who lives and works in North Georgia. Another man, Anthony Patrick Noto, is accused of commenting on the video underneath a photo of the agent's wife. He allegedly writes, "There's a pretty good target right there." Censorship is so 1984 is the theme of American Library Association's Banned Books Week. Amanda Sanders from the South Cobb Library branch is marking the week with a special craft.
I have a special bookmark craft to
raise awareness for Banned Books Week.
The sponsors of the event say George Orwell's tale, 1984, serves as a warning about the dangers of censorship. A fire at a factory owned by an Atlanta-based company is causing trouble for one of the nation's largest automakers.
Big trouble for Ford Motors. The automaker facing months of supply chain disruptions as a result of a major fire at an aluminum factory in upstate New York last month. That factory is owned by Atlanta-based Novelis, and Ford is its biggest customer. In fact, the Ford F-150 pickup truck, the best-selling auto in America, relies heavily on the output from that Novelis factory, according to the Wall Street Journal. And now, a major portion of that plant will be out of commission until next year. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
If you can catch those creepy, crawly Joro spiders on camera this week, the UGA Center for Invasive Species and Ecosystem Health wants your photos. The center's Rebecca Wallace says they make this an annual contest to help researchers.
To understand how they move, where they're moving to, how the distribution is moving as time progresses.
Photos can be submitted at JuroWatch.org through Sunday. Colorado football coach Deion Sanders is undergoing a procedure to address serious leg pain, which is believed to be caused by recurring blood clots. Sanders says he is hopeful he can return to work tomorrow.
It has nothing to do with me working in the level that I'm trying to compete at. It's hereditary.
The procedure targets arteries behind the knee and in the lower leg. It is expected to be relatively minor. It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by Findlay Roofing. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Checking the ride into the heart of the city right now, Bill. 400 southbound, a little slow from Lenox Road, but the big jam starts where you hit I-85 where it merges in from Georgia. 400 southbound, 75 south brake lights find you south of Moores Mill Road, and you stay jammed up all the way down to I-20. Not much better northbound, 75, 85 northbound. You pack in University Avenue. Delays break free as you pass Peachtree, Pine Street, making your way north of the varsity there. That is off to your right. And making some progress on I-75 northbound near Truist Park, Andrew Seco.
A long-awaited breath of relief here, Alex. 75 northbound, finally off to the shoulder. All lanes reopening right at 285, exit 259. Do have those brake lights backing you into Midtown, so Highway 41 is going to be your best option until we're in better shape. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy for this evening, mainly dry for the ride home. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Rain showers will roll through for the Wednesday morning commute, drying out Wednesday afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 83. A cold front will sweep through early Thursday morning, so temperatures will stay in the upper 60s by Thursday afternoon. Friday morning low 54, partly cloudy skies for Friday afternoon, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Saturday, mostly sunny, high 76.
Right now, it's 79 in Roswell, 81 in Hiram, 83 in Stockbridge. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. It's October, Fall Festival, spooky parties, and believe it or not, the holidays are right around the corner. So is your house ready for the good times, the little goblins, and friends and family? Is your HVAC system ready to keep your house comfortable through all that? No? Well, right now, with the purchase of a complete Carrier system, Coolray's offering 12 months, 0% financing, and free installation. That's heating, cooling, and free installation. But maybe your HVAC system's working just fine. Well, Mr. Plumber, a Coolray company, is offering $100 off any plumbing service. From aging water heaters to clogged drains, Mr. Plumber has you covered. It's perfect timing. Say hello to total home comfort and smooth flowing plumbing. Visit Coolray.com to schedule your appointment today. No busy signals, no waiting on hold. Choose the day and time that work best for you. Think of it as an early holiday gift. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family owned and operated since 1982 because love deserves a legacy. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, passing through 20 master artisans before it reaches your hands. With free cleanings for life and the best financing terms in Georgia, we make every deal count. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or visit us at SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment.
EMC Security.
Hey, it's Coach Mark Richt here. Everyone knows defense wins championships. And if you're not using EMC Security to defend your home and family, you need to step up your game. With EMC Security's no contract and local service, they are a clear number one. So give them a call or visit them online at emcsecurity.com. That's emcsecurity.com.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
All right, Bill Crane. I guess so. I don't want. I felt like maybe I would have come off as a bit hyperbolic at the end of that. I didn't mean that you keep your head down in America now, and the next thing you know, you wake up and you're in prison. What I meant is it's kind of an uncanny thing where, and it does, I think, remind me of like someone like Erdogan. I think if you live in Turkey, there is like the leader rules out of fear. And you come to the conclusion. I don't know if he's even there. What was that I'm hearing?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
The leader rules out of fear, and you get into a situation in a country where a lot of people are just like, you know what? I'll just keep my mouth shut. I don't need anybody. And I feel like, and as long as you do that, then life is kind of normal. But it's still a little it's uncanny because it's kind of like America. But I want to throw a scenario at you because I like to have like future. I like to think about future problems as if we don't have enough now. Imagine this is my worry, and it may be ridiculous, but it is my worry. What if Trump loses the House and the Senate in 26, and it's close?
Essentially, as Joe Biden did in his term.
Yeah. Didn't Joe Biden actually gain seats? Wasn't he one of the or he lost?
No,
he lost. He lost a lot fewer than people expected him to. He was stronger.
The red wave was supposed to happen then, but it didn't happen.
Right. Anyway. My point is, like most presidents do, lose in the midterms. So this is the scenario. It's close, but he loses both the House and the Senate. He doesn't have a whole lot he can work with in the House, but if he goes out immediately and says, this election was rigged, and I am ordering. Doesn't J.D. Vance have to swear in the senators?
We got a few hypotheticals stacked on top of each other there, but
Right.
going through them in order, there is no choice if there's elections held and the election results are certified. Not unlike the Electoral College, there is no Electoral College in the midterm elections. The states certify their ballot totals. That unless the election results are in severe contest and there's recounts underway, that those senators would be sworn in. But we have a member of the House who's a Democrat, newly elected in Arizona, who Speaker Johnson has not seated yet because of how close the votes are on the House floor on this budget imbroglio.
Right.
So,
and also Epstein. Hold on. But the question here is, and I don't know, I don't want to put you on the spot. Does J.D. Vance have to be the one who swears in the new senators, or is that just a formality and somebody else can step in if Trump tells J.D. Vance not to?
He is the presiding officer of the U.S. Senate, but if he chooses not to, then the majority officer of the majority party is next in line.
So they would move on.
They would still be sworn in, just not by the Vice President of the United States, who isn't always president of the Senate anyway.
Right.
Typically, majority presiding officer party is presiding over chambers in the Senate most of the time. The vice president is there for close votes and big issues.
Well, it'll be messy either way. If he loses the House and the Senate, it's just going to be.
But remember, we had in 2010 the birth of the Tea Party. Barack Obama was president. The Affordable Care Act passed. 1 vote in the U.S. Senate, 7 votes in the U.S. House. The nation was divided over that issue. Barack Obama went into that election with the House, the Senate, and the White House, and came out of it with the White House. He then had to focus much more in his second term and the rest of that term on executive orders and doing things that were ceremonial as opposed to flowing through his legislative agenda. And Trump will be in the same place. A lot of the things he wants to do with immigration, a lot of the things he wants to do with reworking the size of federal government, if he loses both chambers, I think he loses the House. I don't think he'll lose the Senate. Make him he's already a lame duck, but make it very much more difficult for him to accomplish his agenda absent executive orders. And there's only so many things you can do that way.
And and also, listen, I don't, Trump has been an amazing politician. He may gain seats and he may gain, because I think
Wouldn't that be wild?
It's not necessarily, it's not off the table.
Based on the map and which seats are up.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult with only a 3-vote majority in the House right now and 1 Arizona Democrat waiting to be sworn in, given the momentum, given what happens in midterms. It's much harder to see him hanging on to the U.S. House.
So you think You think Johnson's not swearing that House member in because of the budget? I had read some stuff where she's going to be. She's going to hold on. Let me finish.
One more vote.
He's going. He's going. The worry is that she will join the forces that want on the Epstein file stuff. And
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. But there are 2 Republicans who've already sort of defected on the budget resolution. So if it comes back to the House, he can't deliver.
Okay. All right. I don't mean to be hyperbolic. I just would you agree with me that the founders of this country wanted it to be hard for presidents to get things done?
Yeah, they wanted breaks. They wanted separation of church and state. They wanted a separation of powers of government. That's why they created 3 branches. I heard somebody the other day, they don't teach civics at school anymore, saying that the 3 branches were the House, the Senate, and the White House. No. The branches of Congress, the judiciary, and the White House.
Yeah,
and this president has tried to lord over the other 2.
I'm trying to lord over everything. I feel like. I mean, I'm just saying it's.
He's talking about the halftime show of the Super Bowl. He's got no jurisdiction there, and who gives a crap? Change the channel. Put it on pause. Get up and refill your cooler.
In a different America, I try to remind maybe someone like Jared's age or George's age doesn't realize how big the O.J. Simpson story was in the mid-'90s, but it was everything all the time for basically a year or so, right? 2 years.
Starting with that case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill Clinton never said anything about it. He was asked about it, but he never said anything. He didn't weigh in. It was the thing.
With good reason.
Yeah. It was, but I mean, it was the thing that everybody was talking about. And whatever you think of Clinton, and I don't have the most positive. I'm using him as an example because he was there at the time, but it used to be like presidents like, okay, this is something for the people to discuss, and he didn't get involved
in
the
jury and the courts and the media. Yeah, I don't have a role here. Yeah, Donald Trump doesn't have that break or filter. If it's topical, if it's interesting, if he'll get quoted for talking about it and saying something sensational and it's on his mind, or he tweets it on Truth Social, that's him. That's who the guy is.
Yeah, it all seems
like him, loathe him, or love him.
That's why I say it's uncanny because, it can't be a good idea for them to be going on 24-hour news networks and saying all this stuff about the people they want to prosecute, like Comey. That's going to come back, and in a courtroom, Comey's going to say that's, something like jury tampering almost, like you're trying to, and like if people really wanted to get prosecutions done, the last thing that they would do is months before you go into a courtroom, go on 24-hour news networks and lay their case out there and say they're guilty and why they're guilty. And then
the way that U.S. attorney was sworn in incorrectly and the Pam Bondi being the only one in the room to do it, it looks like that U.S. attorney who indicted Comey wasn't sworn in at the time, so that indictment's going to get tossed.
I don't think it's about having success. I think it's about the PR that comes from it. It's about this sort of social media click age.
I don't disagree, but what's the benefit of spending millions of dollars attempting to prosecute it? Right. So,
None.
And after he campaigned for the better part of 2 years saying we should not be weaponizing the legal system and our judiciary and our police to go after political opponents, what is this?
All right. Well, the next time you're on, Bill Crane, we'll go after the left, so we'll have a good battle. So
I'll be there.
This is just the mood that I'm in today. Yeah. Bill Crane, let people know how they can get more Bill Crane.
Google Bill Crane, political analyst, Bill Crane, One Man's Opinion, or look on the socials at Bill Crane, CSI Crane, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
I'm looking at your TikTok right now.
Radio.com.
Thank you, Bill. Have a great week. And I'll just say I know that my mood today and the things I'm talking about probably pissing a lot of people off. But I call them as I see them, and I'm not going to not call something as I see it. You just take all that and vote for who you like and all that. But I don't. These scenes that we're seeing around the country, it's just not the country that I grew up in. Alex Williams.
You're just passionate about how you feel.
That's right.
Good.
Alex Williams says 285 South is slow into Clarkston.
Yeah, we haven't found any crashes in the way right now, Eric, but we are seeing the brake lights. That is for sure. 285 east and southbound stacks in, leaving Doraville from Buford Highway. Not going to find any relief till you get down to East Ponce de Leon Avenue. 285 east and north, also in DeKalb County, seeing some brake lights in the construction zone from Flat Shoals Road up to Glenwood Road, exit number 44. Checking 285 west and south, overpassing the Truist Park region. It's Andrew Seco.
Seeing the brake lights either direction, 285 north and southbound, on and off that pedal as you leave 75 towards I-20, exit 10. Might have something jamming up right before I-20. Going to pour through the jam cam, see the extra brake lights are. 285 south on the outer loop, just south of Hollowell Parkway. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Mike Aram knows how to talk with Atlanta and bring you the news about Atlanta.
Passenger van that caught fire outside of the world's busiest airport.
And when news breaks around the world,
we got a big meeting between Vladimir Putin and President Trump.
You can count on 95.5 WSB and the power of ABC News to bring you the story.
Joining from ABC News in London, Patrick Reevell.
Local stories and a worldwide reach.
Every day we have new breaking news.
Mark Aram, ABC News at 95.5 WSB. Tomorrow at 9.
Fall is a busy time, and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our guaranteed offer is the easiest way to sell your home. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can bypass the market, receive the strongest all-cash offer in the industry, and close in as little as 21 days. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Roaches are everywhere and just a part of life here in Georgia. Dave Baker here for Breda Pest Management, the experts that protect my home from those relentless roaches. Breda will protect the outside and inside of your home, and it's the roaches inside that you want gone. Have you seen roaches? Better call Breda. Make your home a crunch and squish-free zone. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters like roaches.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family owned and operated since 1982 because love deserves a legacy. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, passing through 20 master artisans before it reaches your hands. With free cleanings for life and the best financing terms in Georgia, we make every deal count. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or visit us at SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment.
Here's a money-saving pro tip to keep your heating system running efficiently and avoid costly breakdowns. For just $29, you can schedule your fall checkup with TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Chris Chandler here. Don't miss this exclusive new customer offer. Just $29 for a TE Certified fall checkup. Hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's
of
right,
course.
yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless. And that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Now, it's having a fever dream about what if other presidents commented on everything going on in the country the way this one does. If Reagan had a Truth Social.
Whatever happened to the A-Team? It was a fine show at first, but boy, has it gotten too liberal.
Yeah, they didn't say woke back then.
No, but I say it now.
Well, of course, from what you know, you're keeping up with what's going on.
But that's for meta. Why can't every show have Alex P. Keaton? He's a fine boy. He's going to be a world leader one day.
Yes, indeed.
Or maybe a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and be a millionaire.
Just think, and everybody can be a millionaire, right, Ronnie Reagan?
I want everyone to be a millionaire.
I don't know if everyone can be a millionaire.
Well,
I don't know if that works out.
They could try to be.
That's true.
Because I had no clue that one day there'd be so many billionaires and very few corporations running everything.
Yeah, you had no idea. You kind of set this stuff off with your.
I didn't.
It's kind of
that bastard Bush and all those neocons who tricked me for 8 years.
That's what it was.
I just wanted good old-fashioned America.
Capitalism,
where you buckle down and you work and you take home what you earn.
That's right, and
then,
it's enough, right?
Yeah, but now. You have to build these data centers so they can make videos of me fighting RF or JFK in a WWF.
Hey,
which, by the way, those are funny.
Of course they are.
I saw one on TikTok that came from that app where he was fighting a bear.
Yeah, but the one where I'm fighting JFK, I lose it for a minute, and I down a jar of jelly beans, and I get my superpower.
AI is going to be so much fun before they kill us all.
And then Abe Lincoln gets in. Yeah, but they took it all away, Sam Altman.
That's the whole. He didn't take it away.
Yeah, they shut it all down.
No, because they were. This was the idea: was don't ask for copy, don't ask for clearance, just get it out there. You're talking about it. It happened. They knew that the estates of people and whatever would come in and say you can't use their likeness, but it doesn't matter because they've already got SpongeBob versus whoever, and that's out there. And
Gorbachev is who he fights.
Gorbachev. There's got to be some. There was a video of you fighting Gorbachev back in the day.
When Two Tribes Go to War by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, which was a fine young band out of Great Britain.
Yeah, you loved their first song, their first big single.
Yes, it was very catchy.
Relax.
Never knew what it was about.
Yeah, but it was good. It was relax, don't do it. When you want to get to it, relax, don't do it.
When you want to.
You know.
No.
You don't know? Ronnie Reagan? You don't know?
I don't know.
You still have your TikTok shop, Ronnie? You still got it?
I do, yes. Right now I have these wonderful, they're silicone tracks that you roll down and you can use the suction cup on the window and your children will have endless hours of fun with their Hot Wheels.
Okay. Is that what you're pushing on? Is that Ronald Reagan's TikTok shop?
Yes, just follow me on TikTok.
You're on Instagram as well.
Oh, I am, yes.
Yeah, he's starting to learn how to use Reels. He's getting good with it.
It's not as engaging.
That whole AI thing, I think I was wrong about that it was going to be a TikTok competitor. I heard somebody say this yesterday. I can't remember. I wish I could give credit. But they were saying that, no, basically they knew that all this stuff was going to be pulled back. This is just a way to show Hollywood, look at what you could be doing for a lot less money. And maybe not feature films at this point, but it won't be long before television commercials. Why would you pay everybody all that, so more jobs.
Hell, they're already using voiceover that you hear in TikTok and in Reels that are like just these AI voices in these commercials.
And the kids lap it up. Alex Williams says 75 North is improving in Northwest Atlanta.
Yeah, it was a rough ride for quite a while with that earlier car fire, 75 North at 285, but things have thinned out. The brake lights will find you briefly between Marietta and Kennesaw and Ackworth, 75 North leaving North Marietta Parkway, kind of spread out with those brake lights up toward Highway 92. Had an earlier crash in Cobb at Mableton Parkway at Old Alabama Road. That has since cleared. Toughest part of 400 northbounds in Sandy Springs, 285 up to Northridge. Then 85 northbound, it's a brake light battle from Shaliford Road up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross. How are things looking on I-20 this afternoon, Andrew Seco?
Working well for the most part. Been one of the better afternoons on the expressway, 20 east and west. Just a little bit of brake lights between Lithia Springs, 285, working well inside the perimeter, and some extra brake lights between Lithonia and 285. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front front entry doors of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. You can't win if you don't enter. Enter now at overheaddooratlanta.com. That's overheaddooratlanta.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
It's essential, complicated, and if it breaks, you could have a disgusting mess. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and the experts you hear on the Home Fix-It Show. Slow drains, gurgling sounds, or pooling water and odors in the yard? Don't ignore these symptoms. Call us today.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Attention men, does ED and PE have you down? Well, great news. Choice Men's Health has the latest breakthrough treatments that can get you up and running. Meet the specialist who is dedicated to helping you perform better than ever in the bedroom.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Our custom treatment plans have a 98% success rate at improving ED and PE on your very first visit, even if Viagra and Cialis have failed. Regardless of your age and medical history, we are here and dedicated to help you regain your love life.
Don't wait. Call Choice Men's Health now. We are so confident we can help. For a limited time, we're offering to cover your first treatment for free. Call 404-400-1170. Call now to claim your free treatment. 404-400-1170. Results guaranteed on your first visit or it's free. 404-400-1170. Choice Men's Health, the only choice for your health.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate, our top local story. An Atlanta councilman raises the red flag about a shortage of firefighters in the city, and he says it's time to take action. Here's a report all new at 6 o'clock.
It comes down to safety, and members of the local chapter of the Professional Firefighters Union say each fire truck needs to have 4 people on it, but many engines in the city only have 3. It's a concern that Councilman Michael Julian Bond once addressed.
We want to be firing at all cylinders. You know, we want to have the optimum number of firefighters responding to every single call in the city.
Bond's resolution will allow for more discussion on the shortage during a meeting on Monday. We've reached out to Atlanta Fire Rescue for comment, but have not heard back. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
80 degrees in Atlanta. What's the timing for rain to arrive, and how much is it going to cool off in the days ahead? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Happening now, Atlanta police investigating a shooting at a gated townhome community in southwest Atlanta. One victim is dead after reportedly being shot in the head outside a unit on Celeste Lane. Another person was taken to the hospital, but it's not yet clear how they were injured. Police have the area cordoned off right now as they investigate. No information on suspects. The feds call them keyboard warriors. Internet threats targeting an ICE officer in Georgia lead to indictments.
2 men from out of state face federal charges for using social media to threaten an ICE deportation officer and his wife. The U.S. Attorney in Atlanta accuses Frank Andrew Wazut of posting a video on Instagram identifying the Georgia officer, saying, "Go ahead, make him famous." Another man, Anthony Patrick Noto, is accused of commenting on a photo of the agent's wife, writing, "There's a pretty good target right here." U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg says anyone who hides behind a screen and makes such threats will be held accountable. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A Union City police officer is fired following a review of the department's handling of a deadly dog attack in August. Donna Wynn died after she was mauled by a pack of dogs near her home. Her son Charles Ingram says news of the officer's firing only adds to the hurt.
There could have been a possibility, that she could still be here today with us. We don't know, that's something that God knows.
Police wouldn't provide details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. A man is in custody and a teenage girl is in the hospital after an altercation in Dunwoody leads to gunfire.
It began with 5 teenage girls requesting an Uber, but having the driver arrive and tell them he couldn't accept the ride.
Basically told them, hey, I don't have enough room for all of you.
Sergeant Michael Cheek with Dunwoody Police says an argument ensued, and the driver, 38-year-old Meredith Grundy, says one teen struck him in the face and made a verbal threat.
That same female who hit him in the face threatened to kill him, and at some point in there, shots were fired at her.
The other girls refuted the account by Grundy. He was then arrested and now faces several charges. The 16-year-old shooting victim is in critical but stable condition. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta police are trying to identify suspects involved in a robbery as Falcons fans tailgated prior to the game with the Commanders September 28th. It happened in a parking lot on Northside Drive. Videos show a dispute leading to an attack and the robbery of several people. Police are releasing photos of the suspects, and we have posted them now at WSBRadio.com. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers. They could be eligible for a $5,000 reward. Hands off our kids. Operation Hook leads to the arrest of 11 people on charges related to human trafficking and child sexual exploitation in North Georgia. The GBI's Brian Johnston says multiple agencies, including the Bartow and Forsyth County Sheriff's Departments, are among those teaming up.
We had over 80 law enforcement personnel participate in this operation over the weekend. So it takes a lot to put all that stuff together.
He says the GBI's received 38,000 cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children this year. It is 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Been dealing with some trouble over on the west side. We had a left lane stall, 285 southbound, the outer loop at I-20 exit 10. Looks like that might have cleared. We're still slow back towards South Atlanta Road, trying to clear Hollowell Parkway. Elsewhere, if you are traveling on 285 westbound, the outer loop on the north side, still watching those brake lights out of Dunwoody into Sandy Springs. Gets a little bit better as you get past Riverside Drive, exit 24. How's it looking through downtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco?
A lot like a parking lot right now, Alex. Big jams either direction, 75, 85 north and southbound. They're catching you northbound at University Avenue all the way up towards 17th Street. Southbound earlier, trouble out of Smyrna Vining, still leaving the brake lights towards Paces, and you're jammed all the way down towards Freedom Parkway. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy for this evening, mainly dry for the ride home. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Rain showers will roll through for the Wednesday morning commute, drying out Wednesday afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 83. A cold front will sweep through early Thursday morning, so temperatures will stay in the upper 60s by Thursday afternoon. Friday morning low 54, partly cloudy skies for Friday afternoon, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Saturday mostly sunny, high 76.
Right now it's 80 in Lilburn, 78 in Lithia Springs, and 81 in Jonesboro. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
We're just planning away, trying to make this hour 4 as great as it can be.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen.
I believe in you, Eric.
So I'm starting by firing every one of you.
Oh, all right.
The research is in. And I'm firing myself.
I thought the research...
People like George.
Yeah.
So, George, the show is yours.
Welcome to the George Doctrine.
That's right.
You got to come up with a better name than that.
Georgia George.
There you go. Work on it.
Thanks.
Info George.
There you go.
Oh, I like that one.
Info. Oh, yeah.
All conspiracy theories, all the time.
Watch out, George Norrie.
Is that guy still around?
Yeah, coast to
on our
coast.
show now.
He's on our station as
Oh,
of right
that's
now.
right. Somebody told me that. Well, as of right now, we're on the station. What is it? Saturday nights or something?
It's a
every
new
night. I
Every
believe.
night?
Yeah, it's a brand new program that we just added a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's not a brand new.
He
It's a
took
brand
out
new to us.
He took out Art Bell to take over that show.
Is that what happened? That's my conspiracy theory. How about that?
Yeah.
What about the crystal skulls? What about the crystal skulls?
What about the Hole to Hell?
What about that?
Yeah.
What about the
What about now?
what about the vapor? What are those things called? The
Shadow people?
No, what about them?
Well, they're still
Do
around.
they have crystal skulls?
They do.
What about the trail, the airplane?
Oh, the chemtrails.
The chemtrails.
Well, yeah, that's
Do they have crystal skulls?
They're on a break since the government shutdown.
Oh, we're no
I
chemtrails.
saw
huh?
that story.
I was wondering why I was breathing so well.
Massey posted about that.
Oh, don't tell me was he joking?
I'm not wrong.
He's
No,
not.
he did post about it.
Is
yeah.
he?
He's posted a nice, beautiful, clear sky, no chemtrails.
Is he not? Don't tell me he's like a conspiracy weirdo.
Chemtrails
He's
are
the one.
established.
I know, but are they putting stuff in it to make us all? I don't know.
Docile.
Well, it doesn't seem like a very docile population to me right now. People seem very, very up in arms about anything.
Imagine if they weren't using it, Eric. We'd be even
Oh
more
my
up in
goodness.
arms.
Well, it's because we took a lot of fluoride out of the water, and so now they don't have the byproduct to dump into the sky.
Yes, and also the frogs are no longer gay.
The frogs are just bi.
Well, you got to, it takes time to go back across the
Some of the other
sexuality thing.
Some of the other frogs aren't as accepting of the
That's
frogs
right. Well,
that
it turns
converted
out
over.
frogs are very, very, very prejudiced.
I would say traditional.
It depends on how you look at it.
I mean, frog culture is.
It's not easy to be different when you're a frog. We know this.
True.
We've known this for
Not
years.
easy being green.
It's not. Hey, why? Because it was the other frogs going after him because they didn't realize that they were green as well.
And Kermit
So
was
they
a
were
bad
ignorant.
influence because he was sleeping with a pig.
Oh, you should have seen
Were
when.
they sleeping together? Just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, they were together. I
It was
mean, it's
implied.
assumed.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be like Jim Henson's right hand getting it on with Jim Henson's left hand.
Well, no. I think Frank Oz did the voice of Miss Piggy.
Yeah, but who did the puppeteering?
Oh, they both did.
So you're saying they were getting it on?
Do you remember?
Absolutely.
Do you remember? Why can't I think of his
You-
name?
you don't remember.
Marlon Brando going, I'm being directed by a Muppet.
I don't think that guy really took much direction from anybody.
Probably not.
Wherever it came from. You want to do some open mics?
I think this is a
or
good one.
no, wait. Let's start with this. But we will get to open mics because we have some.
You
good
just don't
ones.
care about the listeners.
No. What I do, I didn't Trump make a TikTok video for the kids.
He sure did.
The youngins.
He's so relatable.
Yesterday, yeah. It's this big trending video.
Okay, well let's hear the big trending video.
To all of those young people of TikTok, I saved TikTok, so you owe me big, and now you're looking at me in the Oval Office, and someday one of you are going to be sitting right at this desk, and you're going to be doing a great job also.
Even if you're progressive.
That's right. Even if you're progressive, you're gonna have to cut the pink hair. But one day you'll be sitting here in the Oval Office just like me.
Why did it sound like he was inside of a well?
Because he recorded it on a phone.
What?
In the Oval
From the-
Office.
what? He just like had the idea.
Yeah.
You're like, Barron, set up that phone.
Okay, Dad. That's what I think he sounds like. All right, Dad.
Well, that's what most kids sound like. All right.
As opposed to that old video that came out a couple months ago.
Oh, when he was 4?
I love that one. Why was my suitcase?
That's what I sounded like when I was 4.
Yeah.
He was a mama's boy.
Who wasn't? Nothing wrong with being a mama's boy.
You know what? I don't know if I ever was.
Yeah, you were when you were little.
You think so?
Every little boy.
Every
is.
little boy is a mama's boy because, dad's a little bit scary to a little boy, usually.
I don't know.
I would say my mother was my first best friend.
Yeah. Well, mine wasn't, but I
Well.
can see that.
Well, hold on. I didn't exactly come from a posh circumstance.
could
We
use-
come from the same,
Well, my mother had some anger issues.
Was she angry at you for being born?
I don't. She's
Is this like a Buffalo 66 kind of
angry
situation?
at the world.
Yeah.
Not angry at me, but angry at the
Well,
world.
it's good that she didn't pass any of that on through you.
Yeah. I'm very capable of dealing with stress.
They say kids rebel no matter what. You're going to be the opposite of what your parents
Get in the
are.
car. We're going to go to the hotel and sell my engagement ring.
Your upbringing was not that far from mine.
Only in that regard. Like anywhere else in my family, it was normal people.
Well, not for my family. We got a lot of characters in my family, and I've learned to appreciate all of it as I've grown older, and with, about 1,000 miles between us.
Yeah.
So, so the open mics. What do you got?
Well, I think we have to start with this one because you've been craving, Eric, the America that you grew up in.
I'm not craving the America I grew up in. I'm simply pointing out that it was better before smartphones. It was better. Now, was everything perfect? No. We had a lot of problems. Your problems are always going to be around in the world. I'm just saying on a day-to-day basis, people treated one another with much more respect. I don't even think respect is a thing anymore. I don't think anyone is taught respect
And
at
people
all.
were less narcissistic.
I guess, probably.
Because social media brought that out of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do believe social media is killing the world, but go ahead.
I'm beginning to think Eric Von Hassler lives in a fantasy world.
Well, I do.
Do you mean to tell me
Hold
that
on.
in the 1970s?
Is this guy able to get a hold of it? Like, is he able to get footage from my laptop camera or something? See, it was surprisingly close. All right, go ahead.
I'm beginning to think Eric Von Hassler lives in a fantasy world. Do you mean to tell me that in the 1970s, people weren't going nuts, drunk, and fighting at football games? Do you know the difference, man? There weren't cell phones everywhere to record all this stuff.
True.
Remember the thing they had in Cleveland with the 5-cent beer? We could go on and on, but you're misremembering the past because you have changed.
All right. Well, listen. I don't think it means that to me. It's like I've changed from the person that I was, but everybody does. You should change and grow. No,
I
he's
never
not,
change.
He's not wrong. Well, that's the problem. He's not wrong in the overall. But my point is that it was not sanctioned by grown-ass adults. There was bad behavior, but it was seen as bad behavior. And most people would teach their children, don't act like that. That's what we're losing. Now it's like, you're the best, you're the greatest thing that's ever happened. Don't let anyone and just go out there and do and express yourself, and no one deserves respect. It's all about you. Yes, of course, things were horrible. There were horrible things going on. There always are in the world. But there was a strata of adults who would tell their children. I mean, honestly, no matter how you think about Trump, you would tell your 10-year-old, go to school and act like that? If you're in MAGA, would you say, if you're having trouble, tell the teacher that the teacher's a jerk?
Yeah,
in front of the other kids.
No.
Tell if there's somebody that beat you in some sort of contest. Think of a funny name for him and tell all the friends. And not that kids don't do this. And again, that guy could call and go, kids have always been doing that. Yes, but it was never sanctioned by adults. There was always bad behavior. But there was this strata, I would call it, of adulthood that would point out that this is not the ideal. This is not the way to act.
And you respected and, for the most part, listened to or were concerned about authority figures who were the adults.
Yes, adults. You
Teachers.
didn't want to mess with adults. You didn't want to. And now you just see where there's just, that's what it is. I asked this question the other day. Does anyone in America ever think to themselves, I need to be on my best behavior tonight?
No.
Because I'm going to this place where, and it has this history and it, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying everything was perfect. I'm not saying there weren't a lot of bad behavior. I'm saying that it was recognized by responsible adults as bad behavior. Now it's just anything that goes. Everybody has convinced themselves that they're trying to save the country, and that if the other side wins, it's existential and we lose the country. And because of that, they've given themselves license to be extra constitutional at the political level and given themselves license to act out any way they want on the personal level, because it's seen now, they've convinced themselves, I'm trying to save the country. Whether it's on the left and you decide, you know what, that Wendy's needs to be burnt down. Or whether it's on the right and it's like, well, I don't care what these judges say. Who the hell are they? I'm trying to save the country. And because of that, what you lose is no one says, I think I should be on my best behavior tonight. or I need to show respect for people who are disagreeing with me in any way whatsoever. People just don't even know how to do it anymore. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I've just seen it so much where I have to step in when we have there's a 15-year-old talking about politics. And these, 45, 50-year-olds start throwing their talking points. And it's like, no, hey, our job is to teach the 15-year-old how to have a conversation like this. Not beat the hell out of them because they're 15 and they don't really know what the hell they're talking about.
Don't tell them how to think.
Teach them how to, if you're 15 and somebody's listening to you with respect, when they disagree with you, you might internalize that and then show that. At the LSU Stadium, where I sold Cokes, Tiger Stadium, when I was 14 years old, all over the stadium, there was stickers that said, "Courtesy is contagious." And it always stuck with me. Courtesy is contagious. If you are courteous to others, many times they internalize that, and they in turn are courteous when they meet other people. And that kind of thing did exist. It seems to be dead in this country
I wonder if it's still there in Death Valley or not.
I wonder. It's the same stadium, right? Tiger Stadium.
My little sister and her fiance went there. They're Bama fans, and they went there for an LSU Bama game.
Well, ask them if walking around they saw.
No, they got tea bags thrown on them. So
okay,
those LSU fans, I think that sign has been taken down.
Now,
since
listen, those stickers might have been there because the people who ran the stadium knew that the people who were coming were not courteous people. All I know is it had an effect on me. Alex Williams says I-20 is slow toward Lithonia.
Yeah, we're watching the brake lights this afternoon in that work zone, Eric. I-20 eastbound leaving 285 stays jammed up toward Wesley Chapel Road. Then you're going to keep tapping that brake pedal as you head out to the mall at Stonecrest and the Lithonia area. On the south side perimeter, we just found a crash, and it should be about to clear. They got the cars all loaded up on the tow truck. Right now, they're holding the left lane, 285 eastbound, the outer loop at I-75, exit 58 there in Clayton County. We also want to get you home to the northern suburbs. We'll start with I-85 toward Gwinnett County. Watching that, it's Andrew Seco.
Packing in a little bit out of Brookhaven, 85 north, slow at Shallowford Road. Those brake lights taking you up towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. Nothing to write home about. The usual volume we see this point in the evening. And 400 northbound, working well for the most part. We do have that little bit of stoppage leaving Sandy Springs on our way up into Dunwoody. This sport's sponsored by Stone Mountain Park. It's Stone Mountain Park's biggest pumpkin festival ever with an all-new glowing pumpkin parade. Now through November 22nd. So much to do, so close to home. Buy tickets or book your stay at StoneMountainPark.com. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The U.S. is investing up to $1 billion to fight the spread of bird flu.
At the top and bottom of every hour.
Traffic congestion around Metro Atlanta continues to cost commuters.
And when it breaks.
The suspect is in critical condition after being struck multiple times.
Check back 3, 4, 5 times a day for the latest.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible, yet simple, one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire Ready with David Nicholas of Nicholas Wealth Management Saturday at 6 to get answers to your retirement. Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Contractors and builders know Randall Brothers is Atlanta's premier building material supplier. Dave Baker here. Randall Brothers has a wider variety of building products than their competitors, so you can find the specialty stock you need fast. And their experienced reps actually know the job and the product, so you can bounce ideas with a dependable, knowledgeable partner. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no-hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
Wall cracks, window stuck, could be a foundation problem. Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack, and our estimators are thoroughly trained to get you the proper evaluation for your home. Schedule your free assessment with the foundation repair experts at atlantaramjack.com.
To make sure your home stays comfortable as the seasons change, do what I've done for years. Call Ragsdale Heating and Air. This is Scott Slade. Take advantage of Ragsdale's $79 heating tune-up offer now. And if you're ready for a new furnace, Ragsdale is offering monthly payments as little as $119 a month for a brand new Carrier home comfort system through October. And that includes Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale could even install a whole home generator to keep you powered up and comfortable when you click RagsdaleAir.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
I keep walking past that thing in the sales area that says, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think it's silly, but I can't help because I walk past it. I think I've decided which one it is.
Yes.
Candyman by Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who can take the sunlight, sprinkle it with dew?
I hear that at least 3 times a week.
Because you introduced it to your kid.
Yes. And when you play it once, then again.
Well, that's the whole thing about you really have to be careful as an adult, as a parent, when you have small children, 7 and under. Because you learn very quickly that when you introduce them to something that's fun or good or whatever, it's going to turn into a nightmare for you because they're just going to go, again,
yeah,
again. And you have to be careful. Sometimes you'll shut it down. Like you'll think, wow, this would be fun. And I could let them know about it. But I don't feel like doing it for the next hour. So I'm just going to keep it to myself. What he doesn't know will not hurt him.
I like that song, Beep Beep. You remember that song?
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
His car went beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, that's
My Little Lash Rambler.
3 in a row.
I loved that when I was a kid. And I would sit there and play the single over and over and over again.
Introduce him to I'm Gonna Be by the Proclaimers. See how much you'll hate that song.
Well, I like that song, but I don't want to hear it over and over again.
That's what I'm saying. Like the second you introduce it to him.
Is that the one I will walk up?
I will.
Oh, I can't stand that song.
Which I found out in Scotland that it is a Scottish band, and now they're very
twins.
proud of it.
They're
very
twins.
proud.
Are they do they have like a huge catalog in Scotland, or are they a one-hit wonder that everybody loves?
That album came out in 1988, that Proclaimers album, and it got famous. I think it was at Benny and June.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It was on MTV, though. I remember hating it.
It was, but that whole album was pretty good. There were a lot of good songs on
I just couldn't get in that song. I didn't understand why it was a hit. I didn't. They just. What else? Are there any other words to it?
Yeah.
All I said,
I
would
up
walk 100 miles.
Very proud. The Scottish are very proud of the Proclaimers.
I get it.
I'm gonna be the man who walks a long way. But I go. Goofy looking twins.
I just thought
you put that as your song that you'd listen to forever.
Mine is Inagata Davida, the long
version.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Because then you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah. You get, what is it, 23 minutes long or something?
Or thick as a brick.
Thick as a brick. Oh.
Really?
The whole album.
Yeah.
What is it? I really don't mind
if you set this one out. Your mind's in the gutter, whisper and shout.
All right, it's cool. Relax. There's only 48 minutes left.
Well done, George. Thank you.
Just like drunk Scottish people annoying you.
You got to watch the video.
Give me Big Country any day. Alex Williams says it's a bumper-to-bumper ride through downtown.
And still watching that brake light battle, that is for sure, Eric. You stack up heading southbound on I-85 right at the Georgia 400 merge. 75 south delays start at Howell Mill, Northside Drive exit 252. Not going to find much relief till you get down to I-20. Luckily, no crashes in the way. 75, 85 northbound if you're coming up from the airport. That's still a slow ride starting right at University Avenue with delays finally starting to shake out as you make your way past 10th Street, exit number 250. Checking the ride on I-285, it's Andrew Seco.
Circle in the city, finding the worst leaving Dorville, 285 eastbound, the inner loop jammed, leaving Buford Highway down to the Stone Mountain Freeway. Rest of the way starting to improve a little bit. Just a couple extra brake lights leaving Sandy Springs, taking you through Smyrna Bindings down to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We're having a party and you're invited. Join CenterWell Senior Primary Care for our free grand opening party. Come meet our care team and tour the new center. Plus, food, music, games, and more. Celebrate with CenterWell Woodstock on Thursday, October 16th at the corner of Bells Ferry Road and Eagle Drive from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Learn more at CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com. That's CometoCenterwellGeorgia.com. We'll see you soon.
Those wire shelves in your closet are just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Dave Baker for Artisan Custom Closets. At Artisan, we see it all the time. The wire shelves come crashing down. Clothes, shoes, bags are everywhere. It's a disaster zone. Save yourself before this happens to you. With a custom, spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to look at that clutter again. Your shoes, bags, clothes, accessories, all neatly organized and designed to stay that way. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
EMC Security.
Our video doorbells are handy for seeing when packages are delivered or when the kids come home or even checking to see who is at the door. But what about when something more serious happens, like a break-in or fire? That's when you'd need a monitored security system. At EMC Security, we've been protecting Georgians for almost 30 years. Still locally owned, still no contracts, and still offering monitoring from just $16.95 a month.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow. Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Imagine the relief of windows without annoying drafts or high energy bills. Window Comfort's making it easier than ever with buy two, get two free, no payments till 2026, and expert one-day installation. Go to windowcomfort.com for your no-pressure estimate today.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
The foods we eat can be downright bad for our health. This is Sue from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minute. I have a degree in food science, and for more than 30 years, I've been teaching the truth about real bread. Not the stuff you buy at the store. I'm talking real bread made with freshly milled flour. When you buy bread from the store, take a look at the ingredients. Enriched flour means that the nutritious bran and germ has been removed to improve the shelf life. Then a few B vitamins and iron are added back to replace the multitude of nutrients lost. That's not enrichment in my book. And today, that label may even read contains bioengineered food ingredients. Food should never be bioengineered. At Bread Beckers in Woodstock, we can teach you how to make real bread loaded with fiber and nutrients. A delicious, healthy, affordable solution that can improve your health and change your life. Visit breadbeckers.com or our Bread Beckers store in Woodstock.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, it's new information in a deadly dog attack in Union City. A police officer is now out of a job for his handling of the investigation.
A Union City Police Department spokesman confirms the officer was terminated following a review of the investigation into the death of 62-year-old Donna Wynn, who died after being mauled by a pack of dogs near her Union City home in August. Her son, Charles Ingram, says his family has been reeling since his mother's death.
We just want justice. I mean, somebody needs to be held responsible for the situation.
Police wouldn't provide any details on what the officer did because they say the internal investigation remains active. Ingram says his family plans to pursue legal action. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
80 degrees in Atlanta. Will you need an umbrella in the morning? And what's the timing of a cold front? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A warning today from Atlanta City Councilman Michael Julian Bond.
We're not at the optimum number of firefighters.
He's calling for the city to ensure at least 4 firefighters are on each responding truck during an emergency.
We want to be firing at all cylinders. You know, we want to have the optimum number of firefighters responding to every single call in the city.
According to the local firefighters union, many engines in the city only run with 3 personnel, which he says is a concern. The City Council's Public Safety Committee is expected to discuss this during their meeting on Monday. A former Atlanta police officer gets nearly 3 decades in prison for the shooting death of a rideshare driver. Under a plea deal with prosecutors, Kobe Minor has a murder charge reduced to voluntary manslaughter. He resigned from his job after the killing of 35-year-old Reginald Folks in May of 2024. He had claimed he shot the driver when he wouldn't let him out, then reached toward him in the back seat. Minor was already on unpaid leave for a drug arrest earlier that year when he was arrested for the shooting. Police identify the brother and sister killed in a domestic shooting in DeKalb County. The victims, 34-year-old Christopher Lewis and 32-year-old Brandy Lewis, were found at the East Perimeter Point Apartments in Decatur. The suspected shooter, 25-year-old Stephen Christopher Mathis, is now in custody after his arrest in Henry County. Researchers at the University of Georgia want some help tracking the spread of the Joro spider.
They're taking photo submissions this week through their Joro Watch website for an annual contest that helps them determine how far the distinctive spider has traveled.
You can't just have the experts looking for them.
Rebecca Wallace with the UGA Center for Invasive Species and Ecosystem Health says the Joro spider has spread to the north since it first appeared here more than a decade ago, with isolated reports as far away as Maryland and Pennsylvania.
It hasn't moved extremely far south.
They're easy to spot this time of year because of their bright yellow bands and large, complicated webs. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
The government shutdown could impact your travel plans. The FAA says it's dealing with an increase in sick calls in some parts of the country from air traffic controllers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is asked today what his message is to concerned travelers.
If we see there's issues in the tower that are affecting controllers' ability to effectively control the airspace, we'll reduce the rate, and you'll see more delays, or you might see a cancellation. I'm willing to do that before we're willing to risk anyone's life in the air.
He says so far it's been just a slight tick up in sick calls. Some libraries in Metro Atlanta are taking part in National Banned Books Week.
The theme this year is Censorship is So, 1984, Read for Your Rights. It was chosen because of the rise in attempts to ban books in libraries, schools, and bookstores around the country. Amanda Sanders works at the South Cobb Library branch.
It just has people thinking about what is going on in the world in terms of book challenges.
Sanders says banned books such as 1984 and Handmaid's Tale are on display this week, and patrons can create a one-of-a-kind banned books bookmark at the South Cobb branch. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia Department of Public Health begins giving COVID-19 shots at health departments in the state. New shipments of the vaccine are expected next week. In the meantime, you're urged to call your local health department to make sure they have the shot. Some pharmacies will also offer the vaccine. It is now 6:34, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Still trying to clean up the ride around Metro Atlanta, Bill. We're still watching brake lights 85 northbound out of DeKalb up into Gwinnett, starting right around Shallowford Road, exit 93. Stays pretty slow for the ride up into Norcross. Things will get better once you clear Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit number 99. 75 northbound, the only brake lights I'm seeing left there are pretty spread out between Marietta and Ackworth, with 575 northbound jamming up passing Bells Ferry Road, exit 4. But once you get up to Highway 92, exit 7, you'll be off to the races into Woodstock, Holly Springs, and Canton. We cleaning up it all through downtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco?
Starting to gradually thin out as the evenings are getting a little bit later, but we do still have those brake lights 75, 85 north and south stretch between University Avenue up towards 17th Street. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly to mostly cloudy for this evening, mainly dry for the ride home. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Rain showers will roll through for the Wednesday morning commute, drying out Wednesday afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, high 83. A cold front will sweep through early Thursday morning, so temperatures will stay in the upper 60s by Thursday afternoon. Friday morning low 54, partly cloudy skies for Friday afternoon, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Saturday mostly sunny, high 76.
Right now it's 81 in Noonan, 80 in Midtown Atlanta, and 76 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
By executive order from Rufus, the Findlay Roofing Chief Barking Officer, they're rolling over. Rolling out a $1,000 discount on your Findlay roof replacement. Hey, it's Dave Baker for the only roofer I answer the door for, Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Stop repairing the leaks and dragging your feet. Now is the best time to replace that old, leaky, haunted roof and save 1,000 bones. Findlay has replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. That's no trick. It's just high-quality work, upfront pricing, and exceptional service. Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof replacement experience. Findlay also has 0% financing available, and for a limited time, you can save $1,000 on your roof replacement. Hurry, you need to shake on this deal by Halloween. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com. We all know how high mortgage rates have been. Because of that, most homeowners are staying put, investing into and preserving the home they have. Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. If you're ignoring any cracked bricks, basement floor, or concrete cracks, you could be ignoring underlying foundation problems. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. So don't wait any longer. Visit AquaGuard.net today to book your free inspection. The only name you need to know is AquaGuard.
In St. Pete Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals at a fishing pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the Grouper Capital of the World.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay. In St. Pete Clearwater, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Your Florida escape begins at visitspc.com.
Hey y'all, it's Belinda Skelton for Four Seasons Home Care. As many of you know, I lost both my parents recently, but I'm so thankful they were able to finish their lives at home where they wanted to be. And Four Seasons Home Care was so helpful to my family throughout the process. I get emails from listeners all the time and why I trusted Four Seasons Home Care. They tell me I don't want just anyone to care for my parents. Well, of course you don't. So here's why I work with Four Seasons Home Care. This is a real family-owned company. They vet and hire every single one of their caregiving specialists, and they don't farm out the care to contractors, and they're not some national corporation. So here's my advice, folks. Call Four Seasons Home Care and just start the conversation. Do your homework. This is a huge decision. It's a 100% free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
We're getting closer, Eric. We're getting closer.
He saw himself.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, that's the weight is the hard. You said it was an empty room.
The first time he went in there was empty, and
Right.
then the second time he goes in there and he saw himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why. I think we did a good job of spoiling and not spoiling. Somebody.
That's a movie from last year.
Somebody.
It's fine.
Oh, wait a minute. You heard that. We weren't supposed to do that on the air. We spoiled it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Good point.
I'm
Wait, we're on the
watching
air?
Stephen Hawking at the WWE match.
That was funny. There's probably some people will be upset about it, I'm sure.
I'm offended.
You should be.
Jared was.
We're watching.
sad.
We're watching these AI videos that we're all condemning and making and watching. I don't know how. I don't know if individuals are condemning, making, or watching them more, but everybody's condemning them, making them, and watching them. And that one won't be around long. Stephen Hawking's family or estate will see it and they'll pull it. But that's the whole thing.
You enjoy it now.
Well, a helicopter drops him into a
wrestling
WWE ring, and hilarity ensues.
He starts kicking butt.
Well, yes. Is it creative or not? I guess the more creative you are with your prompts, the more creative it's going to be. So you can't say that there's zero creativity. Somebody had to think of that, and that's a comic premise. But probably with the Sora 2, somebody who's not very creative could still produce something that's okay, whereas before they wouldn't. But if you're a highly creative person, if you're a very good comedian, the stuff that you're going to put into the prompt for Sora 2 is going to lead to something that is creative, right? Because it's an expression out of your brain.
Yep.
You can't fight it. I mean, nobody's going to fight it.
The funniest one I saw today was David Bowie and Freddie Mercury having a wrestling match.
Oh, that's only because there's guardrails on the thing there.
No, it was great.
Yeah. I'm just saying there may be some creatives that might think of a few other situations.
I see.
As it were.
You have to wait for Sora X.
Yes. Which will come. So Jeff Bezos, the last couple of days, is talking about how we can build data centers in space.
Okay.
And that way you wouldn't have all the water and the. Now, I don't know. Is there a problem with the sun there? Would that still be protected by our magnetic whatever?
Well, satellites work.
Satellites work. That makes sense.
Well,
This is a lot of chips.
A lot of data coming back and forth.
Yeah, satellites are relatively, I think, simple machines compared to what a data center is.
Well, we just have a big wire that hangs from the
Yes.
satellite.
Yeah.
The satellite data center that
That's
comes
right.
down to Earth.
So
It's like a little tether.
And one thing I do know about, the whole idea of having a quantum computer, that stuff has to run at like very, very cold temperatures. So it would make sense to me that if you were putting a quantum computer into space, but a data center, I guess you would build them in pieces and send them up and connect them up there. But I mean, what is that? You're going to, after a while, you are going to be able to look up on a clear night and see them, right? I mean, it's going to be a weird.
You can see Starlink now.
You can see Starlink. You can see satellites now if you're looking for them. It's not like you got to go look for them.
Right. Yeah.
You can see the space station sometimes now.
It's kind of cool, though. I know, like, going out to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, it's super remote, and you could see not only way more stars than you can over Atlanta, but you could see the satellites just kind of going overhead, and even, like, my apps and stuff.
That's the only reason I would ever. Well, maybe I would go to Montana. I've never been to Wyoming or someplace like that. I've never seen the night sky without light.
Even
so it's
then,
one of the only reasons I would go on a cruise is to be in the middle of the ocean and look up at the sky.
but even on a cruise, the problem is they keep the lights on.
Yeah, they keep those lights on. So, like, maybe go someplace in Wyoming.
Yeah, and even in Wyoming, you're going to see
like you can
those
see the
satellites.
Milky Way and everything. Well, you can't see all the Milky Way.
No, but you get it it's
You
very
can see
pretty.
through the bands.
Yes. It's very pretty to look at. You didn't see it up north? Because I could see it where I grew up.
Well, I was always in cities.
Oh,
I
that's
was
true.
always, I mean, I guess maybe when I was a kid, when I lived in Watson, Louisiana, which was outside of Denham Springs, Louisiana, which was outside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, if I had thought about it, which at the age of 12 or 13 wasn't really occurring to me, I should look up at the sky and really get into the stars. Wasn't in my mind. I'm sure back then I could have found places
Definitely.
in that area too, especially because it was the 70s. There was less light even around.
Well, if we put these data centers in the sky, I mean, think about it. When I have my kids, I can tell them, I'm like, son, look at that. That's the northern data center.
Yes.
There's the western data center.
I mean, that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
beautiful thing.
It's a weird world. I suppose, but wouldn't it still need water? I guess no, because the
No.
water's for the heat. So
Yeah, space would cool it down.
And
what about when the sun's shining on?
well, that's true. What about that space rock? Is it going to hit the moon or not? Anybody know any update
Still a
on that?
2% chance.
Still 2%
That
chance.
green gas
We ought to
is
move
coming
it.
out of it.
You know, this is scary. You want a scary thought? Scarier than Georgia Tech students being surveilled by mini Palantir company Flock. So there's always another side of the sun, right? No matter where we are, we can only scan the sky. We can't scan the other side of the sun at any given time.
Doesn't it rotate?
What are you talking about?
The sun, doesn't it rotate?
No, but I mean, we can't see what's behind the sun
Right.
at any given time. So we see these things, but if there was like a fast-moving asteroid that, only comes around once every 3 billion years or something, and it was just like racing toward us, but it was on the other side of the sun, back me up on this, George. Look this up. I don't believe.
Wait, wouldn't you just have, hang on a second, wouldn't you just have satellites on both sides of the sun.
Have we done that? I don't think that we've done that.
Surely we have.
No, we have satellites around Earth. We haven't put a satellite.
We've gone past the sun. We've gone toward the other direction.
But at any given time, we don't leave one out there, do we?
I mean, there are a couple that are still out there.
I'd always heard that if at any given time there's something coming at us from the other side of the sun, we would not be able to see it. I'm willing to be wrong.
Like Planet X.
Yeah, or anything. What, George?
I've consulted Grok.
Okay.
Grok.
Well, then I will accept.
Bow down before Grok.
I will accept.
Very simply, I put, could something theoretically sneak up on Earth from behind the sun? It says theoretically, yes.
Wow.
An object could approach Earth from the direction of the sun, making it difficult to detect due to the sun's brightness obscuring it. This is known as coming from the day side.
Yeah, so there you go.
So we're on the night side?
Yeah, we're on the night side. The day side's the other side. At any given time, wherever the Earth is, there's a part that we can't see of space because of the sun, right? Am I making sense there?
Yeah, you're making perfect sense.
So couldn't we? Oh, the problem with satellites on the other side is the signal wouldn't be able to get to us.
You'd have to
through
have
the
a
sun.
relay. You'd have to have a relay. on
Yeah,
the
signal
side.
down over to here.
Yeah.
We should probably do something like that.
Or again, just a big cable, like what I was talking.
Big cable. You and your cables.
I'm old school.
Problem
I'm
is-
a Luddite.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. If a cable, if that breaks, it's going to fall and wrap itself around the Earth. A few people are going to die.
Cut it in half.
I got news for you. So we're making sense, right, George?
Yeah. Now, NASA does have some mitigating efforts towards this, and they've got NEO Surveyor and an upcoming Vera Rubin Observatory that aim to improve detection of.
So
such
we're
objects.
thinking about it. We're thinking about it,
That's
of
right.
having eyes on that side of the.
Yes. We're gonna use
But it
infrared.
moves. I mean, we're always moving. So what that is, that point of view is always changing.
Why don't we just build an observatory on the other side of the sun?
Because the other side of the sun becomes this side of the sun.
No, I mean on top of it maybe, so we can see us and the other side.
Brilliant.
Oh, you're saying go to the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying actually go put it on top of the sun.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why we haven't done that.
Yeah.
Seems like a no-brainer.
We could do this, guys.
Let's go put an observatory platform on top of the sun, and let's just take care of all this trouble.
Well, if we make it out of asbestos, it'll be all right.
By the way, if it's coming that fast from the other side of the sun, would we really want to know?
No.
Nah. Well, we got 8 minutes anyway, so by the time the light gets here,
It's not really 8 minutes because you don't know.
fair.
You don't know. You find out in 8 minutes. Alex Williams says 285 is trying to improve. Trying to improve. I like that about 285. It's always trying to improve in DeKalb.
You can never set the bar too high, Eric. That is for sure. They're still seeing some brake lights. That's what's trying to get better, but you're still seeing them. 285 east and southbound. The inner loop spread out between Ashford Dunwoody Road and Lawrenceville Highway. Highway 29 over there between Tucker and Clarkston. Once you get past Highway 29, things should start to get better. We're looking for new trouble. I-20 eastbound just east of the downtown connector. We're seeing brake lights trying to get out to Boulevard exit number 59. We're also checking the rest of 285, maybe if you're making your way over toward Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Quick tap of the brakes leaving Sandy Springs, 285 west, the outer loop. Might have something Jabity up at Roswell Road, exit 25. Rest of the way, just some volume on and off getting you to I-20. As you head out the inner loop, 285 east, Jabity down towards Memorial Drive, exit 41. This sports sponsored by Stone Mountain Park. It's Stone Mountain Park's biggest pumpkin festival ever with an all-new glowing pumpkin parade. Now through November 2nd. So much to do, so close to home. Buy tickets or book your stay at stonemountainpark.com. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We've all been
Jam
there.
starting at Langford Parkway.
Counting the minutes before we know we're going to be late because we couldn't count on a traffic app.
Jammed from I-85 down towards Ponce.
There is one thing you can count on. Triple Team Traffic on WSB.
Stay slow once you're inside the perimeter as well. We know the highways. We know the streets. And we know the shortcuts.
75 northbound heading up to Cobb County through Marietta and Kennesaw.
And all you need to do is listen.
More experience.
More reliable. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Hey, I have got an exclusive, money-saving, $29 offer to keep your family safe and warm. Hey, it's Chris Chandler for TE, Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. After my fall checkup, I have total peace of mind, and you can too. New TE certified customers pay just $29 for a fall checkup. But hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE certified, we love your home.
The 28th annual Motul Petit Le Mans returns to Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, October 8th through the 11th for 4 days of world-class sports car endurance racing and fan activities. Don't miss the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship season finale, the Fox Factory 120, and 4 additional race series throughout the weekend. Witness the best racing teams and drivers in the world, like BMW, Lamborghini, Lexus, Ferrari, Porsche, Audi, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Kids 12 and under getting free. Get yours at roadatlanta.com.
You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world, so why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you could find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
That was thousands of miles being added to your private radio network. With Southern Link, connect your private LMR radio system to Critical Link, our mission-critical LTE network, so you can communicate more easily with more people when the situation demands. Call 1-800-818-LINC or visit southernlink.com to learn more about our interworking solutions, mission-critical push-to-talk, and LTE voice and data services. Southern Link, pushing the limits of what's possible.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Want to save 1,000 bones on your next roof? Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Right now, save $1,000 on your roof replacement. Hurry, this treat ends on Halloween. FindlayRoofing.com.
Fall, lots of fun, festivals, football, and full roads. With all of these activities and distractions, pack your patience and take your time. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay. We all know accidents happen, and if a distracted driver hits you this fall, call my trusted team at John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. They specialize in personal injury law with a winning track record taking on big insurance companies. There is zero cost until they win your case. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medi-Share. That's right,
of course.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless, and that's such a blessing when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems, and let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in and it's just what you need, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. People love Medi-Share and saving tons of money. The typical family, I'm fond of saying, could save $500 a month.
I am so thankful for Medi-Share. It's so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way, Brant.
It is a good different. Call right now. They're so easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
What?
We were getting nostalgic about some Eddie Murphy lines from Delirious. They are not sanctioned by the Federal Communications Commission.
And they're problematic.
Oh, are they ever? I hope he's never apologized or anything.
He hasn't.
Good.
Hey, boy. Mr. T.
See? Ralph Norton.
Yeah, okay.
And you start.
I know you've been watching me a lot.
I've been watching you. Watching me.
Hey, what do you say there, Robbie boy?
They don't even get the references.
I know.
They don't know no honeymooners. Are they on TikTok? Hell no.
Nah. Yeah, they are.
Are they?
They will be when I get home, since you mentioned.
Oh, Sora too.
There we go.
No. That'll be on TikTok. There'll be a honeymooners video tonight. If there is, I'll take a screen grab of it.
Oh, well, you're saying you're going to find one.
No, because we talked about it and you said TikTok. And then,
oh, so it'll come up?
Sure.
Because your phone's listening to you all the time?
All the time.
Of course it is. Do people understand? Is my phone listening to me? Well, when you say, hey, such and such, and it responds to you, what do you think it turns on when you say, no, it's listening all the time for you to say, hey, such and such. And then, right, George, and they send it to the lizard people. The next thing you know.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, you're an indentured servant. All right, that music. I'm sorry, we don't have time for the open mics. I apologize. We'll get to them. We'll get to them tomorrow.
You don't love the listeners.
I do. Well, I have a certain type of relationship with the listeners, but I think it's respectful on both sides. And we'll get to them tomorrow. All right, that music is telling us two things, right, George?
Yes.
I forgot what they are. Oh, yeah. It's telling us to shut up and get the hell out. And you know how we are. We're good citizens. We do what we're told.
Absolutely.
Shelley Winter's another good citizen. He's all jacked up on something.
He's got a good show.
He's got a good show in his head going?
Oh, yeah.
All right, he's going to come vomit what's in his head right up to you, starting at 7:06. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off the genie.